booster plates are out as the Nextel Cup heads north, and NASCAR Hotpass makes its debut at the Magic Mile. Teams hope the COT can handle the fast track, and the flat corners will force drivers to work the bottom to be fast. Ride along with Dale Jr., Kurt Busch, Jeff Burton, Greg Biffle, and David Stremme to see who will take home the checkered flag in Loudon. Don't miss the action from New Hampshire next on NASCAR Hotpass.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
He's a magic man. Yeah.
Today here in New Hampshire, we hitch a ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Budweiser Chevrolet as he strives for his first victory in the 2007 campaign. Welcome to Channel 799. Today's coverage presented by Dodge, exclusively on DirecTV. For the 26th time, they're sold out here in New Hampshire for the Lenox Industrial 300 on this 1 mile torturous racetrack, affectionately referred to as the Magic Mile. And we hope there's some magic in this mile today for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Hi, everybody. I'm Doug Rice. Wendy Venturini taking care of business down on the pit lane today in what should be a thrilling race here. New England always brings out the best. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr. waving to this sold-out crowd in New England. He should be happy, anticipating a great finish here. The COT car has been pretty kind to Junior, and of course, this is race number 8 for the so-called car of tomorrow, riding along with last week's winner, Juan Pablo Montoya. Feeling the adoration of this crowd here as they cruise around the 1 mile New Hampshire International Speedway. And let's join Wendy Venturini. Wendy, should be a great show today.
It sure will be, Doug, and there's a lot of things you have to look out for today. I know you'll get to the keys of the race in a moment, but man, everything comes down to fuel strategy. It seems like just last week, it was a fuel strategy race when Juan Pablo Montoya won, so it could be key today, but also braking. And then, Doug, I'll let you get into those keys of what we have to look for when we come to New Hampshire International Speedway.
Wendy, you're exactly right. It's going to be just like last week. They've got to plan the race backwards as far as fuel strategy is concerned. Rolling into New Hampshire today, great starting spot, 6th position, 12th in Nextel Cup points. That's right on the bubble, but things have been on the upswing lately. 4 top 10s in the last 7 races and 3 top 10s in the last 5 visits here to Loudon, New Hampshire. So you've got to like the math, and you have to love the way things are trending. Of course, everywhere you go, there's Junior fans. Recently, Dale Earnhardt Jr. named in the top 10 most liked athletes in America. Comes in at number 6. The only race car driver to be named 4 years in a row. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been named to this very prestigious list. When you're in the same company with Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan and Peyton Manning, things are going right. The only driver listed 4 times in a row for Dale Earnhardt Jr. And let's go down to Wendy Venturini. I think she's caught up with Junior.
America has spoken once again. Dale Earnhardt Jr. makes the America's Top Athlete list for 4 years in a row. It's pretty cool effort that you're on that list year after year as the only NASCAR driver.
Well, it's a big honor. You know, some of the company that is on that list is pretty big, and I just got to thank the fans. They make us who we are. So they deserve all the credit. But I enjoy that, and it's a great pat on the back for us, and it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Talk about today at Loudon. What's it going to take to win today? I know there's 2 different types of lines, diamond, arcing it. What's your plan?
Well, getting the car to turn in the middle, keeping it turning in the middle all day long. We had a little rain last night for about 4 hours, so the track's going to get a little tighter as we run. Track position is going to be hard to pass, so track position, good pit stops, great pit strategy so you don't get yourself caught in the back of the field.
All right, good luck to Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's going to get climbed in and put that helmet on, who has a special paint scheme every year on the back of that helmet, and it's pretty cool that his buddy does that for him. Doug?
All right, thanks a lot, Wendy. Weather today, we hope, is no factor. You heard Junior mention a moment ago, we had rain in the area last night for about 4 hours. That means the track's going to be a little bit greener. But as you can see, no rain clouds today. It is cool, 68 degrees, a slight breeze at 14 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 0. So we look good on that. Just a little overcast, very comfortable. Kind of feels like football weather in New England here on this last day of June as you're looking at the grandstands here. Once again, packed full of New England race fans. Track fact, A mile and some change here at New England. It's virtually flat, only 12 degrees of banking in the turns here, and it is a true oval, the real paperclip style racetrack. It's a lot like Martinsville, sort of stretched out. 300 laps makes it one of the shortest races of the year, only 317 miles. 45 miles per hour on pit road. The pit window, that's a little mysterious today, 65 to 75. Some teams might try to stretch it to 82 laps, but that's about it with the smaller fuel cells. Wendy, I know that Tony Gibson's got a lot on his plate today as they tackle this place for 300 laps.
Of course, this is the last race for Tony Gibson, filling in for interim crew chief until Tony Eury Jr. comes back next week at Daytona. So he definitely wants to get in a win in the books. But talk about the strategy today. We've mentioned it could become a fuel mileage race. This race is a lot like a short track, even though it's a mile long. What are the keys to getting the car to handle correctly?
Well, it's about track position. You know, the clean air is everything. You know, it is a larger short track for us, but it's basically a one-groove racetrack, very hard to pass, so you can have not so good a car and still run up front. So, you know, we're going to take on tires when we have to take on tires and fuel. We're going to try to keep our track position. We got a decent race car, not a great race car, but I think we can finish in the top 10 today, maybe top 5. You know, if we get the fuel mileage is kind of different because we had a bigger cell. We're still getting the same mileage, but a different cell. So guys that, you know, before would say, okay, I'm 3 laps from making there 2 laps. You get those caution laps can help you. But now we're like 7 laps, 8 laps away. So now what do you do? So it'll be interesting, but we're going to try to, hopefully we got a good enough car where we can use track position, stay up front, clean air, and have a great day.
A lot of the weathermen looking at the radars, the engineers are saying there's rain in the forecast. We've seen this time and time again this season. Does that play into your strategy today?
Yeah, it does. You got to keep your eye on that, obviously. You don't want to pit and then 30 laps later the rain come, because a lot of guys are already looking at that and they're going to stay out. Some of the guys running in the back, they got to do something to get up front. So that's what they're going to do. And we got to try to be a little better on them, better about that, about staying in front of them. I want to go home and see my wife and kid too.
I bet he does. Good luck to Tony Gibson, who, of course, will be going home after today's race in Loudon. And, of course, Tony Eury Jr. back on the pit box when we get to Daytona next week.
Wendy, we can only hope that those particular prognosticators are wrong and that we can race 300 laps here without any rain. Your NASCAR Hotpass Hot Shots for today from Loudon, David Strimmy in the Coors Dodge, Jeff Burton, the AT&T Chevrolet. There's Greg Biffle on Channel 797. Kurt Busch, the Miller Lite Dodge, and of course here on Channel 799, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Budweiser Chevrolet and the Lenox Industrial 300. There's the big scoreboard here in the infield. Points heading into race number 17 today. Dale Earnhardt Jr. cracks the top 12, and of course, as you know, that's the cutoff to make the chase. And we're really in the race to the chase now. 10 races to go before the cutoff at Richmond. Juniors in 12th would love to pick up a little insurance today, maybe move up to 11th or 10th. You hate to pull against your teammate, but Martin Truex Jr. is right in front of him, only minus 575. Of course, Jeff Gordon out in front of everyone, but that lead whittled down 100 points because of the penalty that Gordon had. Then it's Denny Hamlin, Kenseth. Jeff Burton quietly having a great year. He won at Texas. 4-time winner Jimmy Johnson. And then Tony Stewart and the rest of the top 12. Let's go back downstairs and meet the crew that's going to be taking care of this Bud Chevy.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. obviously has a tough job behind the wheel, but it's time to meet the Budweiser Chevy team. And we're going to let the pit trainer, Walt Smith, do the introductions this week here at Loudon.
Okay, folks, let me introduce you to the best team on pit road. Front tire changer, DJ Kopp. Front tire carrier, Sean Ward. Our ever-ready bunny jackman, Brian Chase. Eric Wakeland, rear tire carrier. Rear tire changer, Greg Burkhardt. Craig Lund, who was supposed to be doing this today but has laryngitis. And our gas man, Jeff Clark.
Was it convenient that maybe he lost his voice today and you had to do this, Walt?
I think it might have been a little bit convenient for him, seeing as how he doesn't like cameras very much, but that's what we're all here for.
Well, it's all a team effort. Thank you very much. There you go, Doug, the Budweiser Chevy team.
That says a lot about the team, backing each other up in the announcer role. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Dale Earnhardt Jr. before they drop the hammer here at New Hampshire today. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Doug Rice, NASCAR Hot Pass. You ready to move up from that 6th spot here in the opening laps?
Well, we'll just see what kind of car we got. He went it on the first lap. We're just trying to take it easy there. And hopefully the car's turning, working good. Hopefully we got some grip off the corner on the back. We can get to the grass. We'll see what we got.
All right, good luck to you today. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be riding shotgun with him for 300 laps today. Has a great starting spot, starting out of the 6th position today, right back there next to Juan Pablo Montoya. Keys to the race today. Talked with all the teams. Everybody, Wendy keeps preaching about track position. It's like that old real estate slogan, location, location, location. All you hear, track position, track position.
It's definitely going to be key today, Doug. Of course, you don't want to get stuck on pit road, especially with rain in the forecast. Track position is going to be key. You got to think ahead, talk about those final adjustments on the final stop of the race. You don't want to be caught off sequence. That's definitely a key.
And pit stops are going to be critical today. Wendy, I know you're right down in there amongst them. Getting this car on and off pit road, crucial. Green flag out, and let's go racing with Dale Earnhardt Jr. on NASCAR Hotpass.
There, low if you need it.
Of course, the other voice you hear, spotter Steve Meal, longtime DEI employee. And Tony Gibson, last time as crew chief for the Bud Chevy. Tony Uri Jr. returns to the top of the box next week when they head down to Daytona. Wendy thought it was interesting there. Junior says, hey, can't win this on the first lap. You know, not his first rodeo. He knows that even though this is just a 300-lap race, patience still the key to getting to the front.
Oh, definitely, and we mentioned this earlier. This track is really flat, it's really wide. It drives like a short track, even though it's a little bit over a mile. You have to take that into consideration. You have to conserve your equipment, especially when it comes to braking, because if you go in too loose and wide, you're going to end up scraping the walls. You really have to maneuver through the corners, and that means you're going to have more speed, but it also means you have to conserve equipment for the end.
It's been a clean start here for Junior. Got around Johnny Sauter, who had his career best qualifying effort. He qualified 4th. Right now he's in front of Sauter in the 70 and trying to work on Reed Sorensen. Reed had a nice qualifying effort in the target dodge.
Real tight.
Well, you heard Junior there, real tight. Wendy, I know one of the things they talked about today was building some adjustability into this car because they sort of expected that.
Real fucking tight in the end.
You know, on Friday when we had our first practice session, they were about 12th on the chart. Obviously, they qualified 6th for today's race, and that happened on Friday. And then when happy hour took place yesterday, and I think the caution's out, we'll get back to it.
Caution out, it looks like problems for Ward Burton, the state water heater Chevrolet. A lot of smoke coming out from behind that car. So the early retiree brings out the first yellow of the day at New Hampshire.
Guys, I told you, just because I got Bud on the car doesn't mean I got Bud in the car.
Oh, terribly sorry, boy.
See you later, crazy mutant desert guys.
The critics agree. Live Free or Die Hard is the best movie of the summer.
Playtime's over, sweetheart.
Bruce is still the man.
I thought I killed you already.
It's a jaw-dropping summer blockbuster. Live Free or Die Hard. Now playing.
Jared here with home run champ Ryan Howard in the delicious footlong Subway Club. Less than half the fat of a Big Mac.
But twice the meat. Fills me up so I can hit the long ball.
Less fat.
More meat.
You know, your defense is really underrated.
Oh, thank you. Still more meat. Subway.
Eat fresh.
We know what men like. Mitchum Smart Solid. Powerful protection. Unbeatable against white residue. Wow, let's see that again. For powerful all-day protection that doesn't come off on your shirt, be a smart Mitchum man.
Not in the abdomen, Cameron.
Hi! This is Matthews. I'm Steve, your Progressive Claims rep. I inspected the damage on your car, and you're all set.
Oh, thanks so much for coming by. My insurance agent recommended Progressive because you do this kind of stuff for free. I have 4 boys, so the smallest errand is just...
No problem.
Okay, thanks so much. Bye.
With Progressive, saving hundreds is just the beginning. Contact a local independent agent to switch today.
Dad, we need a new fridge. This one's old.
You think?
Yeah, and what's up with the cabinets? And these lights? We need to go to Home Depot.
Right now, get no payments, no interest for 12 months on purchases store-wide of $2.99 or more through Sunday, July 8th with your Home Depot consumer credit card. Plus, get 10% off appliances.
The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help. I know where he's heading. Don't worry, I'll be there.
It's all about emotion at New Hampshire today. We'll hear the best of New England. We've already heard a little Boston, a little Aerosmith coming in here as we track Dale Earnhardt Jr. in pursuit of win number 1 in the 2007 season. Pretty good start for the Budweiser Chevrolet. Started 6th, got around Johnny Sauter, also got around Juan Pablo Montoya, so has moved up into the 4th spot. Early caution caused by Ward Burton. Looked like the engine went away on car number 4, so brings out an early yellow here. And car very, very tight for Junior at the outset, but this is really something that the team sort of expected all along. Riding around under caution. It'll take a while to clean up all the mess. Looks like Ward dropped down a lot of oil, as you can see in the upper right there. A lot of smoke coming out for South Boston's favorite son, Ward Burton. And Wendy, I guess this gives them a chance to sort of evaluate the car early on under this yellow.
Yeah, Dale Jr. has already reported back to Tony Gibson saying, man, the car's real tight. And Tony said, well, it could be because we put scuffed tires on to begin with. The rest of the tires throughout the race will be stickers, as you see here in the 8 pit stall. And Dale Jr. reported back, no, it's not because it's scuffs. I've been racing long enough. There's actually something wrong. We need to fix the air pressure on the next stop. He also feels there's not going to be a lot of cautions in this race. He said, Tony, just remember, let's play into that strategy. Not a lot of cautions. Let's play into the strategy of pitting on our own game.
Of course, this is COT race number 8 today here at New England. And not expecting a lot of yellows, and that's typically the show up here. Of course, make sure you tell all your friends about the NASCAR Hotpass free preview coming up next week, July 7th from Daytona. All DirecTV customers can view Hotpass that day for free. No money involved. Check out Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Martin, and Carl Edwards, a virtual Who's Who on channels 795 through 799, and ride shotgun for free on NASCAR Hotpass only on DirecTV. Darrell Waltrip makes his Hotpass debut.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Classic DW there. So Darrell Waltrip on NASCAR Hotpass next week. I think he's going to be commentating on Tony Stewart. That should be interesting. 10 laps out of 300 complete. Most of those have been under yellow flag conditions caused by problems for Ward Burton and Wendy, but they did build a lot of adjustability into this car, so I think they can correct this tight condition as time goes on.
Oh, absolutely. I've already seen Ray Ocean, the tire specialist here on the 18, make some air pressure adjustments to the next set of tires that will be going on Junior's car the first time they decide to pit. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, Junior reported that the tight in conditions about a 9 or 10, so that's pretty bad for a driver. He definitely needs some help there, and that has been the worst. Also getting in the middle is about a 5, so it's about average getting in as well, but the worst condition is definitely that tightness that they need to fix as he gets in.
Pace cars off, pass on the right if you get to them. Green flag, green flag.
Back to racing on lap number 11. Running right in behind a pair of Dodges. That's Reed Sorensen and Kurt Busch directly in front of them. Of course, leading the race, Dave Blaney in the Caterpillar Toyota. A bit of history today. The first time ever that Toyota has had the #1 starting spot for a NASCAR Nextel Cup race. You heard Tony Gibson at the top of the show, so we'd be glad to get out of here with a top 5, top 10. I'd also like to get out of here with a win, but you can't risk winning the race at the loss of dropping a ton of points. That's where the strategy comes into play. Wendy right now content to ride behind Reed Sorensen. Looks like Junior's sort of trying to find the line that's most comfortable to him early on.
Now we do know the COT, they've tested this car. They've tested this car at Milwaukee, much like many of the teams in the garage area obviously went into some test sessions, but DEI took all 3 cars to the Milwaukee Mile. It's very similar to Loudon. It's a real wide, flat track at Milwaukee, and that's why a lot of teams use that as a test session for today.
This is the same car that DEI took to Darlington earlier in the season. They've got it back here, flexing it out on the flat track at New Hampshire. Hanging on to the 4th spot right behind Reed Sorensen, just in front of Jeff Gordon. Of course, Jeff Gordon also laboring with an interim crew chief, Steve Letarte, put on the sideline for 6 weeks. You get a good look at the field, strung out pretty much single file here early on.
Now, I was talking to Tony Gibson about this being his last week and Tony Eury Jr. taking back over the reins next week. Of course, Tony Gibson will still be with the team just in his usual car chief position, but he said, man, you would think I was retiring. Everyone's wishing me well. He said it's like a day of retirement today, joking around, but he said he's looking forward to having Tony Eury Jr. back on the pit box.
Tony Gibson's done a great job, Wendy. This team's not dropped a beat since he took over the reins as crew chief, though, so he's got to be proud of that. Right now, Junior sets in that 4th spot. Looks like Jeff Gordon trying to make a move in the DuPont Chevy and catch up with Junior very early on, just 16 laps into this 300-mile race. Car of tomorrow, been pretty nice for Junior so far this year. Average finish, 12.4.
Side, big hole behind the 24.
As you see Jeff Gordon slip around. The best finish is coming at Bristol, then a 8th place run with this same car at Darlington. So that's a nice harbinger of things to come if they can make this car perform like it did at Darlington, where they wrestled away a top 10 finish from the Lady in Black. That'd be a nice day. But, you know, getting back to Tony Gibson, Wendy, I just think he's flowed right into this spot virtually without any interruption. And I know Tony Eury Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr. are close, but what a great job by Tony Gibson.
And I've also noticed that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is very free in telling Tony Gibson about the car. He doesn't hold back. He doesn't hold that emotion back. He's just as open with Tony Gibson as he always is with Tony Jr. So it's good to see he hasn't held any of that emotion back, because honestly, you need to tell him and need to be honest with how the car is feeling as a driver in order to relay that to the crew chief. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. always puts his little personal spin on it and is usually pretty entertaining on the radio.
Almost all the time, Junior is entertaining, and you've got to applaud the efforts of DEI here too, because it would have been easy to get distracted with everything that's going on, with Junior announcing that he's leaving with DEI and with the month of speculation there before he announced where he was going to Hendrick. I think some other organizations might let down, and I've never gotten the sense that this team has given up 1 inch. And if anything, Wendy, I sort of feel like the distractions maybe have unified this team to show, hey, we're not going to be bothered by what's going on off track.
That's exactly what they tell you as well. I mean, all these guys have come together as one team, one organization, despite all the chaos around them. That's what Dale Jr. keeps priding about his team. He said, I'm really proud of how these guys have literally put on the blinders to everybody, criticizing them, everybody scrutinizing every little thing that they've done on the team, whether it be with Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s future or the team itself at DEI. So these guys have been under the pressure off the track and on the track, and they're doing a heck of a job handling it.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. and this entire team, Tony Gibson, Tony Eury Jr., who's stayed in close contact, obviously, with the organization, just not allowed up on the pit box or any two-way communication with the team on race day. Everybody stayed unified, and here so far in the early going, pretty nice ride for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Started 6th, moved up to 4th and dropped back to 5th, riding in the tire tracks of Jeff Gordon. We're early on in the Lenox Industrial 300.
Golfbot.com is going to change history. It's going to be big. Bigger than the Big Mac.
They say it's going to be bigger than the Big Mac. Yeah, they're geniuses.
I heard it's supposed to be bigger than a Big Mac.
We should get in on that.
Bigger than the Big Mac. It better be with all this hype.
Come on, bigger than a Big Mac.
At least, I mean, if not bigger.
All right, here we go.
Not quite as big as the Big Mac, huh?
With 100% beef, nothing tops the Big Mac.
As Kurt Busch races for the Cup, choose the only light beer to win 4 gold awards in the World Beer Cup. Here's to the #2 car in the run for the championship from the light beer that knows what it takes to win 4 times. Miller Lite, good call.
The hotter the hot, the colder the cold, the greater the demand, the more you need Duralast. Batteries built to exceed the need. Only at AutoZone.
Hey, I'm just going to take it for a spin.
Yeah, okay, sure, Dale.
Hey, it won't start.
It's a hand scanner, Dale, remember? Can't be too careful.
What's going on?
Dad?
I just wanted to test drive.
Unbelievable.
Is that a no?
This is for the kids, for the pets. It's for story time, for the great outdoors, and the chance of a lifetime. This is for all the little reasons that are bigger than NASCAR. It's why we created the NASCAR Foundation, and you can help support the causes that mean the most to all of us by becoming a friend of the foundation.
Get involved. Show your compassion as part of the NASCAR family. Visit NASCAR.com to learn how.
Become a friend of the foundation for all the right reasons.
Dedicated, courageous, tenacious, warriors of a different sort, preparing for their moment of glory. NFL Sunday Ticket from DirecTV. Up to 14 games a week during the regular season. For the true football fan, this is where all the magic happens. For the most NFL action anywhere, sign up now and get $20 off the regular price. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS now.
I'm Earnhardt Jr., and you're riding shotgun with me all race long, right here on NASCAR Hotpass.
Oh, another great band from New England, Cars. Rick Ocasek, the front man for that one. An essential Cars greatest hit. Must be in everybody's CD collection. Hey, we'd love to hear from fans today here on NASCAR Hot Pass. You can email us today, and we'll do our best to answer. Wendy probably will do most of the answering. I'll just stage the questions, but email us NASCAR Hot Pass, and we would love to hear from you. Sure to include your name and your hometown. That's hotpass@directtv.com, and we'll answer them the best we can, and we'll give you a shout out if you'll give us your name and your hometown. 28 out of 300 in the books, and Wendy, looking at the pictures here, things seem to be lightening up out on the racetrack.
Yeah, the sun definitely popped up while we were in that last commercial break, and what's so important about that is if the temperature starts to rise and it gets a little bit more hot, it could get slick out there, which is a very common theme here at Loudon at New Hampshire International Speedway. When it gets hot, it gets slick, and this being a flat, wide track, that can change the car's feeling, and that can play into some strategy as we come down pit road later on today.
Wendy, I know last week at Infineon, they basically ran the race backwards, planning when they would make the last fuel stop. And I got that same sense today in talking with Tony Gibson and some other crew chiefs that everybody's looking when they'll make the last one more essential than when they make the first pit stop.
Right, and that's what Tony Gibson was telling us at the top of the show. It kind of surprised me, Doug, because I really wasn't expecting it to be that big of a fuel mileage race. But crew chiefs here on pit road are definitely playing it out exactly as they did in Sonoma. I don't think they were really expecting such a fuel mileage race last weekend at Infineon. So it all came into it, and who had the better fuel mileage, who played the game better, and obviously it came out as the winner at the top of the race. So it's something you have to watch for, and you have to follow through all race long.
And let's throw a couple of more variables into the mix here. One, you're looking at it right there, the car of tomorrow. It's the first time the car of tomorrow has ever raced here at New Hampshire International Speedway. And number two, the smaller fuel cells. And everyone's been calculating their fuel mileage, but the mileage on a long run like we're having now, a little bit different than what you get on a short run. Actually, it helps the mileage when you go on a long green flag run. But Wendy, that makes the calculations these guys make on pit road all that much more important as we see Junior now try to catch up with Reed Sorensen.
When you talk to the guys, the engineers, the engine tuners on pit road, all those guys that calculate fuel mileage on these teams, they have been scratching their head all season long. It's because of the COT. This is a new car, this is a new strategy, and they don't have the fuel mileage notes that they've had in the past that are usable to the new COT. So it's been quite a learning curve for all the engine tuners, all the engineers, and calculating that fuel mileage. Every time we go to a COT event for the first time, it's something at the top of the list that guys are trying to figure out, is that fuel mileage.
Wendy chatted with several different crew chiefs, and every time I ask about fuel mileage, I got a completely different answer. What's the sense you get from Tony Gibson and the guys?
Well, it's funny, when you ask these fuel mileage numbers, it's like a guessing game, and I think a lot of times they just want to throw out any number. But I've heard anywhere from 75 to 80. I know at the top of our show we said 65 to 70. So there's a big window we're playing with today. That's usually not the case, but I think a lot of guys throw these numbers out there to throw the other teams off, maybe think they could go a little bit further than the other guys. But it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out and what our fuel mileage actually will be. We'll know that as soon as we get our first pit stop in the books, and we'll calculate how much fuel's left in the fuel can, and they'll be able to tell what kind of fuel mileage we're getting in race conditions.
Some nice side-by-side racing going on there for about a half lap. Dale Earnhardt Jr. dives to the inside of Reed Sorensen. So the Chevy passes the Dodge, and he'll move up a notch. And while all that's been going on, surprise, Jeff Gordon moved to the front of the pack. Dave Blaney has dropped back to third. And Junior now moving in on the pole sitter, Dave Blaney in the Caterpillar Toyota. Dave's had a rough season, missed several races, so it was a little bit of vindication for him and that Bill Davis team to come up here and get the pole at New Hampshire. Great starting spot for Blaney as Junior is challenging Dave Blaney here early on as we are just 35 laps into the Lenox Industrial 300 at New Hampshire.
New Diet Pepsi Max with ginseng and more caffeine.
I don't believe this. Help! I'm out here putting my life on the line, and you're watching me on cable instead of DirecTV? DirecTV's picture quality beats cable 4 to 1. I just wish I had time to save you from your cable company. I gotta run. It's kind of my thing.
For picture quality that beats cable 4 to 1, get DirecTV.
Truck guys told us what matters in a half-ton is guts, so we gave this truck a big rear axle, a stronger frame, and the biggest honking bed. All to help it handle payloads at 2,000 pounds. Which answers the age-old question of how to put a ton of whatever in a half-ton bag. Available on the all-new full-size Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
At Applebee's, we're grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence.
You know, there's nothing better than food fresh from the grill. And that's what inspired Applebee's new New York strip steak. I serve it with steakhouse-style crunchy onion rings.
Grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence, only at Applebee's.
Who's counting on your brakes today? At Midas, lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes are just $89.95 per axle installed. Be safe.
Just the Midas touch.
If you're finally ready to roll with Chicagoland's fastest growing sports tradition. Call 815-727-RACE or visit ChicagolandSpeedway.com today. Chicagoland Speedway. Roll with us.
Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and get down.
Welcome back to NASCAR Hotpass, only on DirecTV. You're watching the Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a little House of Pain. Jump around, a little local band here. Now, as we ride shotgun with Dale Jr., we've been following this story for many weeks here at DirecTV, but also the sister network, Speed TV, has done a little bit of campaigning with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the number 8. Of course, that's been the number that he wants to keep and that he wants to take with him to Hendrick Motorsports. Well, Ricky Rackman at Speed TV has started the campaign, made some t-shirts up, and it really has caught on. Well, guess what? The Free the 8 campaign has now hit DirecTV on Hotpass. Here is the t-shirt. Ricky says, Free the 8. Now, here's the thing. These t-shirts are for sale. They're available to race fans. All of the proceeds do go to Victory Junction Gang Camp. So there is a positive that's coming out of this. Not only Dale Earnhardt Jr., who wants to keep the number 8 at Hendrick Motorsports, but the proceeds are going to a good cause with the Victory Junction Gang Camp. You can log on to Ricky Rackman's MySpace account, which is myspace.com, free the 8. Spell it all out. You can get the t-shirt. Proceeds go to Victory Junction. There you have it, Doug. It's quite the story here in the garage area the last couple of weeks.
Wendy, can you give me a Free the 8 t-shirt or a reasonably good deal on one?
Well, you know what? I have this one here, but Tony Gibson said he wanted it already, so he's got dibs on this one. We'll get you one.
All right. I may even make the donation since it helps out Victory Junction Gang. The whole world's watching. That tells you I was a 70s radical there. Watching Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now is the whole world as he has moved up to 3rd. Got around Dave Blaney right before we went to break. And Wendy, listening to Junior there, he's talking about the longer the car runs, the better it's getting. And that's pretty good news here, especially since this has the feel of a race that's not going to have a lot of cautions.
Don't make it worse.
You heard Junior there, be careful, don't make it worse. So they're discussing about the possible changes they could make on the Budweiser Chevrolet as he's trying to track down Kurt Busch.
Now we're going to make small adjustments. You're real fast right now.
Well, Wendy, I can't think that they would want to make wholesale adjustments to the car. It's performed pretty well. He started 6th. He's moved up to 3rd, and it looks like he's gaining ground on 2nd place Kurt Busch right now.
Well, when we were in the commercial break, he really reported back about that tightness in the middle now. He said that tightness in the middle is the worst thing. That's what he wants to work on. But Tony Gibson just reminded us, hey, we need to make minor adjustments because we're really fast right now. You don't want to jeopardize that speed that Dale Jr. is carrying right now. Obviously, he's fast. He's moved up to 3rd. And so they will be having minor adjustments when they do come down pit road for the first time.
Keep in mind, too, one of the keys to the race today, preserve your brakes. So Junior doesn't want to use up the car early on here. You don't need to overdrive. Nothing to be gained right now by forcing the issue because in a very comfortable spot, clean racetrack, riding in the tire tracks of Kurt Busch. And Kurt Busch, a lot like Junior in the sense he needs a good run. Busch is on the outside of the top 12 in points looking in. Of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 12th in points, a good top 10, a solid top 5 run. Might buy you a spot or two, could bump you up past your teammate, Martin Truex Jr. Coming into this race, last year, this particular race, not a highlight of the season for Junior, finished 43rd, so we'll definitely improve on that today here with this Chevrolet Impala SS. A little bit of smoke coming out of Kurt Busch there in front of Junior. We'll see if he can take advantage to wrestle away the runner-up spot. 49 laps down. You're watching Dale Earnhardt Jr. on NASCAR Hotpass.
And I forget to do the little ordinary thing.
Armor All Wash, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare.
Looks busy at that Goodyear retailer.
Retailer? That word's a little impersonal, isn't it?
How about purveyor of innovative tire technology?
I like that.
Come into the Goodyear Freedom to Get There tire event now for innovative tire technology and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when you make your purchase on your Goodyear credit card. Innovative thinking up here so you can get there. Goodyear, get there.
We believe in going our own way, no matter which way the rest of the world is going. We don't believe it should take a lifetime of working for the man to ride with us. Low monthly payments available through July 31st. Starting MSRP for 2007 models is $6,595.
I can't believe I won this.
Yeah, that's something.
Be right back, Jeff.
Hey guys, here's your feast for 2 and your game cards. You could win a trip to meet Pepsi driver Jeff Gordon. The real Jeff Gordon.
Win a trip to meet me at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Just order a Pepsi and play at Famous Dave's.
His blue-collar comedy is hysterical.
We were young, we finished making love, we'd get ready for round 2. Now we finished making love, it was like, oh man, Law & Order's on.
Now, from the hilarious mind of Bill Engvall comes an all-new comedy series on TBS.
You want to argue about this? Then let's argue naked.
Sure, anything to move it along.
Daddy and I were just arguing.
The all-new TBS comedy series, The Bill Engvall Show, premieres July 17th at 9. For more on The Bill Engvall Show, go to
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, NASCAR Hotpass, exclusively on DirecTV. Watching Dale Earnhardt Jr. cut through the field. He's moved into the runner-up spot. Managed to get around Kurt Busch, now riding all by himself in second. Less than 2 seconds behind Jeff Gordon, the leader, and he has been gaining on Jeff Gordon the last couple of laps. As you see Gordon there put Jeremy Mayfield a lap down in your upper right, so we'll see if we can get a little Gordon Earnhardt action going on here in a few minutes. We'd love for you to email us here at NASCAR Hot Pass, and Wendy and myself will do our best to answer your questions. Once again, hotpass@directtv.com. And give us your name and your hometown, and we'll try to help you out there. As you see, Dale Earnhardt Jr. riding around in the sunshine here in New England. 56 of 300 laps down in this 300-mile race. Here's how we got into second place in the upper left-hand corner. You see Dale Earnhardt Jr. just outbrake Kurt Busch, dive to the inside, and takes that Chevrolet to the runner-up spot, getting around the Dodge of Kurt Busch there. I'm telling you, it's not going to be long, Wendy, till he reels in Jeff Gordon. He's making some great lap times right now.
And right now, the only thing that has been said on the radio when we were during the break was about when they were going to pit. They're about 20 laps away right now. Lap 77 is the plan of when the 8-car hopes to hit pit road. Of course, if a caution comes out before then, we may hit a different type of strategy. But if it remains green, we could expect Dale Jr. to hit pit road in 20 laps.
20 laps away from the first green flag pit stop of the day, if the race stays green, and it's just got that feel, folks. Right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. looking to get around Elliott Sadler. Sadler riding in 38th. He's already a lap down to the race leader, Jeff Gordon. We'd love to get your emails. Rick sent in an email from Orlando, Florida. And Wendy, this is what Rick wants to know about. The big differences between the car of tomorrow that we're racing now and the car that they will race next week in Daytona, the regular car, the spoiler car, I guess is what you could call it. I'll let you handle that because I know you got some handy props down there probably laying around in the 8 pit.
Well, really, if you take a good look at the 8-car up close, you start with the nose. First of all, The old car has a real sleek-looking nose. It shovels. Basically, when they go to Daytona next week, you'll see that that nose that will shovel. It can move a car out of the way, but this week here at Loudon, you see it's real blunt. It almost looks like a bumper car because it's real square. That's how these Car of Tomorrows have been built. If you move to the greenhouse area, which is the driver compartment area, the greenhouse, it's larger for safety reasons than our older car. The Car of Tomorrow roof has been moved up higher 2.5 inches. The driver has been moved toward the center of the car, more right side weight on that car. There's also some stronger steel floorboards, and energy resistant foam has been placed on the driver's side and on the other side of the window of the car for safety aspects. And then when you move to the rear of the car, the rear wing has now replaced that spoiler, and that gives the car a little bit better balance and control in traffic according to NASCAR's results. See, and of course, they've been testing this for 7 years. That rear wing is adjustable. You can move it 0 to 16 degrees, and that changes the rear downforce to suit the driver at different types of tracks. And then you see those end plates on the back of the wing. Those end plates are changeable. They either come flat or they come curved, and changing those end plates also makes a difference in the setup of the car. And don't forget that front splitter that's on the new COT. That splitter has made a difference. Lots of changes to the COT, but of course, next week in Daytona, we're back to the older version. We'll be back right here after a moment on Hotpass.
Always ask for Pennzoil.
Fan mail for Denny Hamlin just keeps rolling in. Mitch Gordon from Albany, New York writes, "Hey, FedEx, I heard that when Denny isn't racing, he volunteers at a retirement home." Well, Mitch,
come on, Marty. Is that all you got? Did you see Marty bump me?
What you boys got there?
It's a pizzone.
That's huge.
Delicious.
So...
No. It's back. The Pizza Hut Pizzone is yours alone. Over 1 pound of melted cheese and tasty toppings baked in a pizza crust. A big eat for the tiny price of $5.99. Or get 2 for $10.99. Tackle your hunger with classic, meaty, or pepperoni.
Hey, Mooch, you want one?
Yeah?
Order up.
Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut. Now online.
Tomorrow, on an all-new Closer, Deputy Chief Brenda Johnson has solved the worst crimes LA has to offer. But this one takes the cake.
Stop that casket!
You arrested a bride.
I did that groom a big favor.
Congratulations, you've just become the most downloaded, fully clothed woman on the internet.
You don't want to miss this. Kira Sedgwick is The Closer. All new tomorrow night at 9 on TNT. And catch up anytime online with full episodes of The Closer. Just go to TNT.tv now.
TNT Mondays this July. Academy Award winner Holly Hunter in a role that will shock you and make you believe. Only one network, only one show could bring Holly Hunter to television.
Dear God, please help me.
Saving Grace, the all-new series, Mondays at 10, premiering July 23rd on TNT. For more on the new series Saving Grace, go to TNT.tv.
Little classic Aerosmith from right down the road in Boston, about 75 miles away from Loudon, New Hampshire. It's the Dale Earnhardt channel here on NASCAR Hotpass, exclusively on DirecTV. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been walking up through the field, actually sprinting, started 6th, has moved up into the runner-up spot, and he has cut the deficit between himself and race leader Jeff Gordon. Down to nothing as Gordon now looks like he's heading for the pit lane, and Junior is going to stay out.
Yeah, 10-4, pit next time.
Doug, I was just getting ready to say pit stops, green flag pit stops underway. We see Jeff Gordon hit pit road. Of course, the call came in to lead a lap. That's 5 bonus points for Dale Jr. He'll be coming in next lap. so a few laps shy of our original pit window. But a lot of times it's monkey see, monkey do, isn't it, Doug?
It certainly is, and this is probably not a bad deal. You don't want to get caught out there.
4,800, June, 4,800.
June is in Junebug. Dale Earnhardt Jr. headed down the pit lane now for his first pit stop
One
of the
past
day.
the target sign down here, old man. About 6 away, look left. Right here. 4 tires, guys. Clean that grill.
And we do know that Ray Ocean made an air pressure adjustment. We also see the wedge wrench going in. Eric Wakeland, the tire carrier, making that adjustment. Gas can goes around. Jeff Clark making that. Jacks out a solid stop.
All the way out, all the way out. Dig, dig, dig. All the way to the fence, June, 4,800.
4,800, the RPMs to keep him from speeding. Windy, 14 seconds flat, it looks like, for the stop. Great stop there, and crew's working right on schedule.
Clear right there, June.
I guess they just decided to short pit here and not risk running out of fuel here. So Dale Earnhardt Jr., first green flag pit stop of the day, comes out basically on lap 69 is when they put on 4 fresh Goodyears, about 17 gallons of Sunoco fuel, and he tackles the race again. Been clean and green for the most part. Had an early race caution when Ward Burton's car gave up the ghost. Poor Ward only got 4 laps in today, but before he retired from the accident. Wendy, I would think they got to be satisfied with the stop.
Oh yeah, you see Ray Ocean checking out the tire pressures. If I could get Eric to swing around, our handheld guy, and look at the wheel wells off the right front tire. Look at the brake dust that is shown on the right front tire right there, Eric. There we go. This is the right front tire that's come off of Dale Jr.'s car. Look how heavily the brake dust is. That shows how much braking these drivers are doing at this track. It's a heavy braking track. In comparison, here's the right rear tire right next to it, and you can see the little amount of brake dust shown there as compared to the right front. So of course, a lot of braking here at Loudon.
A lot of right front braking here at Loudon on this tight, short track. I mean, it's technically a mile racetrack, so that keeps it from physically being a short track, but it has all the characteristics of racing at a Richmond or a Martinsville or maybe a Phoenix, simply because it's such a flat racetrack. And these tires now, these Goodyear radials that they run now, tend to disintegrate, and you saw that dust that Wendy was talking about. It used to be the old tires produced a lot more stickiness and would throw off those traditional marbles, and they would gumball up on the racetrack. And today the tires wear, but they almost evaporate and grind away. And Wendy, that's where you get all of that tire dust that you saw in that shot a moment ago. It's a lot different than the tires they raced on just as little as 5 years ago that used to gum up the racetrack.
And Doug, I just want to report back that that pit time was a 13:67 on the official 8 pit crew time clock, a 13:67. An excellent stop. Anytime it's under 14 seconds, a good stop by the 18.
And they put Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the lead when this all cycles around. So great stop for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Kyle Busch had stayed out. He led a lap, and right now on lap 75, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that guy right there, leads
Everything is cycle through. You are the leader.
When you're about to do something this big, a little luck never hurts. Thanks for having us.
Wow, I can't believe we're really gonna meet Casey King.
There he is.
I wonder what he's like.
I must be dreaming, but I'm always dreaming of
time to have accident forgiveness. Part of Allstate Your Choice Auto
I'm
Insurance.
super sorry about your car.
Are you in good hands?
Honey? I think this might be our lucky day.
I think it might be.
I think this is what we've been waiting for.
I think it is. Yes! It turned blue!
Introducing the Coors Light Cold Activated Bottle. The mountains turn from white to blue when your beer reaches the perfect temperature.
It's blue like your eyes.
My eyes are green.
Only from Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
12 state lines, 47 red pickup trucks, and 3 bouncy things, 125 windmills, 98 Joshua trees. One great place to start counting sheep. Super 8, with over 2,000 locations, free high-speed internet, free breakfast, and great rewards with Trip Rewards. Wherever your journey takes you, you can count on Super 8. See you along the way.
Super 8, proud member of the racing family since 1996. See you along.
NASCAR Hot Pass, DirecTV, the Dale Earnhardt Jr. show is in full procession here as Jr. has taken the lead by a second half in New Hampshire. All right, let's welcome aboard our broadcasting comrades who are covering Kurt Busch today and brand new to DirecTV NASCAR Hot Pass, Steve Burns. And Burnsy, Kurt Busch are watching today. Not a bad effort for the Miller Lite Dodge.
Doug, he's having a pretty good run. Excuse me, he talked about his race car being loose in, talked about it being loose off. That's why they made the track bar adjustment. They also talked about making some air pressure adjustments. But Kurt having a good run, Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading. Kurt is in the third position. Let's go. Doug, let me go to Mike Wallace right now.
Well, Steve and Doug, yeah, we're down here running third with Kurt Busch. Dale Earnhardt Jr., of course, your guys leading the race right now. But we've just fought a little situation, basically, talking about the car getting loose, getting into the corner a little bit, a little struggle turning in the center, loose back off. Wendy Venturini, are you having any of that problem over there on the 8 car?
Mike, we're actually the complete opposite. We've been real tight in the middle. That's what we've been working on. It was a minor adjustment. We went up on the track bar on the right rear just to loosen him up a little bit. Also made some air pressure adjustments. Dale Earnhardt Jr. just reported back that the car is driving really good, so he's happy with the adjustments that Tony Gibson made.
Mike and Steve, thanks a bunch.
All right, thank you, Doug.
Steve Burns, brand new to NASCAR Hot Pass here on DirecTV. They're covering the Miller Lite Dodge and Kurt Busch, who's in third position right now, but a solid run for that Penske Racing Dodge. Wendy, we're not hearing a lot of chatter. Steve Mill, Tony Gibson, Jr., all pretty quiet. I think that's probably a good thing at this juncture of the race.
Absolutely. The only thing we heard from Dale Jr. after the pit stop, or since the pit stop, is that the car driving real good, as he would say. There it is. Tony Gibson reporting back that it's real good from his end as well. And according to lap times, of course, Dale Jr. only gets that information if somebody reports it to him. Lap times have been consistent. One of the fastest cars out on the track, and it shows we're out front.
And we've moved up, as you can see there. Started out on lap 20. They've moved up to 5th, started 6th, and then it's been a nice gradual progression here. And on lap 84, now making that 85, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has pulled out to about a 2-second lead over Jeff Gordon. And they did that to the benefit of a great pit stop, too. It was a sub 14-second pit stop for the crew that got him in and out, 4 tires, packed as much fuel in there as they could, and sent Jr. back out onto the racetrack. And right now it's a happy Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's talking about that the car's driving great. Of course, you can't argue with that. You've got a 1.8-second lead over the rest of the field. And on a track position day, Wendy, there's no better place to be than in first. All he's got to do now is just keep putting cars a lap down, and pretty soon he's going to be in a situation to start putting some pretty competitive cars a lap down. Bobby Labonte, Jamie McMurray, who would like to get a lap down, is not that far behind in points. Some pretty good race cars, not that far ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Hey, Doug, let me tell you how cool our technology is here at DirecTV NASCAR Hotpass. We got an email right here on pit road, and it's from Daryl in Indiana. Daryl wanted to know, hey, why do they call him Junebug? Well, it's a little term that Steve Neal, his spotter, affectionately refers to Dale Jr. as. Obviously, Junior turned into Junebug, and that's too long of a nickname, so now Steve Neal often calls him just June. You'll hear, hey June, and June, that's a good lap. That's what they mean by June. It's short for Junebug, which came from Junior, you know, the derivative of a nickname, however the story goes, but it came from Steve Neal, and that's what the team refers to him now. Very often, it's often just June.
All right, thanks, Wendy. So let me get this right. I want to make sure I follow the lineage here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. begat Junebug, which begat June. Wendy, there's really no place to go from June. That's only one syllable.
I don't know. It's July 1st, so we should get a win, and then we could call him July. I don't know. I'll go with that one.
They might work on that here. First day of July here, coming up on July 4th. We certainly hope everyone has a great holiday weekend wherever you are, enjoying us on NASCAR Hotpass on DirecTV, where Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads at New Hampshire by 2 seconds over Jeff Gordon.
Think back to when you were a child. What did you dream of as you fell asleep? Space travel? Or maybe you dreamed of a magic screen you could carry in your pocket. A screen that held your favorite music, pictures, and stories. And that brought all of this to you at the speed of light. That was your dream. And with the magic of sprint speed, it all came true.
As Kurt Busch races for the Cup, choose the only light beer to win 4 gold awards in the World Beer Cup. Here's to the #2 car in the run for the championship. From the light beer that knows what it takes to win 4 times. Miller Lite, good call.
Introducing an automotive breakthrough. Z-Net, only at AutoZone. Now AutoZoners have the power to find you the right part faster with diagrams, photos, and instructions. So you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. Z-Net, only at AutoZone.
At Applebee's, we're grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence.
You know, there's nothing better than food fresh from the grill. And that's what inspired me to create Applebee's new New York strip steak. I start with a perfectly seasoned New York strip and then serve it with steakhouse-style crunchy onion rings. Then add a rich blue cheese salad. It's irresistible.
I like that.
Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence. Only at Applebee's.
Last summer, Bernard Hopkins shocked Antonio Tarver and the world.
And new light heavyweight champion of the world!
After Winky Wright dominated Felix Trinidad, he exploded on Jermaine Taylor.
Now Winky lets his hands go again.
Both men rule the ring. Hopkins is bigger, stronger. Wright is quicker, tougher. Both men are armed and coming to fight Saturday, July 21st, live on DirecTV Pay-Per-View. Don't miss it. Live on DirecTV Pay-Per-View, Channel 123.
This is Jan's new home. And this is Jan after finding out that DirecTV will be paying her mortgage for a whole year. Why is Jan so lucky? Because she called this number before she moved and was automatically entered into the DirecTV Home Free Sweepstakes. Now she's living mortgage-free for a whole year. Are you thinking about moving? Call prior to your big day and you could be living mortgage or rent-free too. Lucky for you, there's a new winner every month. It's enough to make you jump for joy.
Rocking hard in New Hampshire here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. now moving around up on the 01 machine, trying to put the Army Chevrolet a lap down here as we progress almost the 1/3 mark of today's race. And so far, it's been a great race for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Started 6th, quietly made his way through the field, and then through the first series of green flag pit stops, assumed the lead, and right now enjoys almost a 2-second advantage.
Caution's out, debris in turn 3.
You heard that? Yellow flag, debris in turn 3. Probably came off the car they're working on right
That's pretty
there.
good. It's slow the first 2 laps because air pressure is so low. It comes in, turns pretty good. Yeah, 10-4. That was a half out of the left and a half a round of a wedge in the right rear there. 10-4. Got to get some brakes under this thing before we turn these rotors up. They're warping up a little bit. 10-4. Get some AC to him. 10-4, roger that. We will be stopping right here. We'll put 4 tires on it right here. 10-4. Hey, Bill, we got to be careful at the end of pit road. They're busting a lot of guys for that last pit box down there, just to be aware. I've been listening. Thank you.
Little cautionary tale there from Tony Gibson. Don't want to speed off pit road,
Wendy.
Wendy.
Good. When you two got in the clear, you're about a 10 better. Road is open. Pit road is open.
We heard the concern from Dale Jr. about the brakes warping. They're going to put some a little fan on it is what they'll end up doing, and what he meant by AC on the brakes. The team that comes down pit road, it looks like a 4 tires, slight air pressure adjustment.
One past this target pit here. Clean in. Stop you a little short so you can get out here.
I didn't see a wedge or a track bar adjustment on this stop. The 43 of Bobby Labonte pulls in right in front of us. They had short pitted Dale Jr. as he squeezes around.
Dig. Go.
Squeezes around the 43.
All the way. You're fine.
Ryan Hootie Chase almost ended up on his rear end. A close call. It's awfully slick down here, Doug.
Tight exit off pit road there, Wendy.
Yeah, great stop, guys. Real good. I think that 2 just took on right side. Did you see him in the 48? Yes, sir.
Close quarters on pit road there as you saw Dale Earnhardt Jr. squeeze out around the 43 of Bobby Labonte. They're going to have great track position when we return to green flag action in New Hampshire.
Just so you know, your tire wears look really, really good. Nice and even. No problems anywhere. 10-4.
Over 100 years of racing heritage goes into every Ford. Wow. It's in our blood.
Tony Stewart here with my buddy Jared.
And the tasty 6-inch sweet onion chicken teriyaki from Subway restaurants. Make it part of a new Subway Fresh Fit meal with new better-for-you sides and drinks like apple slices, raisins, and milk. Pick one up today.
Subway, race hard, eat fresh.
We know what men like. Mitchum Smart Solid. Powerful protection, unbeatable against white residue. Wow, let's see that again. For powerful all-day protection that doesn't come off on your shirt, be a smart Mitchum man.
More bars in more places. That's what you can expect from the new AT&T. The largest digital voice and data network in America. More bars in more places. So switch to the network you can trust. Singular's name is now AT&T. Your world delivered.
TBS is the home of the funniest comedies on television. This July, laugh with TV's next great comedy series.
You love me, loan me $400.
From one very funny network comes one very funny family.
Daddy and I were just arguing. What's in your drawer, Trent?
Tell me it's not drugs.
It's a Playboy.
Oh, good boy. The all-new TBS comedy series, The Bill Engvall Show, premieres July 17th at 9. For more on The Bill Engvall Show, go to TBS.com.
Yeah, that's right, people. I quit. It's the dawn of a new Chad. This box isn't big enough to hold Chad's potential. Get ready, people, because I'm a rocket to the top, and it's time to light that candle. Adios, amigos. Woo!
That's not good.
Need to keep your car moving? Go to NASCAR.com and click on the NASCAR Performance logo for car care know-how and a listing of NASCAR Performance Network shops near you.
I'll walk.
Every lap, every driver, all on your computer. The all-new Track Pass Race View only on NASCAR.com. Try Track Pass for free during the Pepsi 400 at Daytona.
NASCAR Hot Pass from New Hampshire following Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Budweiser Chevrolet. Third place right now after a couple of teams in front of us decided to take on only 2. Watch the exit off pit road. It squeezes around the 43, just mere inches away from the rear deck lid of Bobby Labonte there. close quarters, tight action there on pit road, but Wendy Venturini, another great stop for the 8 team there. They got him out, but the key there was the short pit in the sense that they came in and gave him a little bit of room to get out. If he uses up the whole pit box, big trouble.
That's right. We have an open pit stall behind us, so we have that opening. That's advantageous to us, but right in front of us is Bobby Labonte in that 43, so they told him to short pit, knowing this was a caution, knowing Bobby Labonte was going to be coming down pit road on the same exact lap, and it was a good thing because when you see the 8 car go to leave the pit area, we see Brian Hootie Chase, the jack man, follow the car. He slips right there. It's a little slick, and that hose almost falls, catches his footing, and thank goodness Brian is okay.
I give him a 10 for saving that.
Yeah, I told him that was a nice landing there. I told him, and he laughed. He said, "Yeah, it was a close call."
He stuck the landing. That's all the judges ever remember. Back to green flag action. Dale Earnhardt Jr. moving up nicely through the pack. DEI having a pretty strong day here. Martin Truex Jr. started 9th today, and he has moved up to 7th. Paul Menard has been holding serve in 35th.
Clear low.
We're trying to track down Jimmy Johnson now, who took only 2 tires. We'll see how big a difference that makes. Resistance is futile there as Junior slides right underneath Jimmy Johnson. And Wendy, you don't normally see Jimmy Johnson get past that easily.
No, and I was kind of surprised that some guys were trying a strategy of 2 tires. Of course, if you're going to try something like that, it's better to do it early on of this 300-lap race. But all the more, I was surprised that Kurt Busch took 2 tires, and also Jimmy Johnson did. That's how they got around Dale Jr., but it's not proving to really pay off in the sense for the 48, and it looks like our speeds are just as fast. They're actually faster than Kurt Busch, so we should be caught up to him and around him in no time. I don't know. That was a interesting strategy call, Doug.
It really was. It gained him track position, but I think that's going to be temporary at best. As you can see, Junior now gaining on the race leader, Kurt Busch here, only about 2 car lengths behind Busch in his Dodge, the Budweiser Chevrolet Impala of Dale Earnhardt Jr. making up tracks. Let's watch here, see how quickly this lead dissipates for Busch. We've been getting emails today at directtv.com. Send them in. We'll do our best to answer them. Kenny from Fremont, California. Interesting question here. And we've got a guy that is playing both roles today. Kenny wants to know, Wendy, what's the difference between a car chief and a crew chief as Dale Earnhardt Jr. slides around Kurt Busch? And we're back in the lead. All right.
Well, that's what I like to see right there. The 8
Clear.
out front. And getting to your email, Kenny, it was just good timing. It came right as Dale Jr. got back the lead. But when it comes to a crew chief and a car chief, basically the crew chief, well, they don't have their hands on the car as much as the car chief does. As the cars go by me on the front stretch, the car chief's responsibility is to get the car through inspection. He makes sure every member on the crew, as a car chief, every member on the crew is doing their job. Everything on the crew chief's checklist is done by the car chief. The car chief's responsibility, get that car through the tech inspection line. The crew chief's responsibility on the pit box, on race day, making those calls from up there, making the adjustments necessary for the car, but the actual adjustments being made to the car, well, those are done by the car chief throughout the weekend. Crew chief Tony Gibson will be back in his car chief role, and Tony Uri Jr. will be back on the pit box starting next week.
Great answer, Wendy. It's very military-like. Everybody's got an area of responsibility, and that way when things go right, they know who gets the gratitude, and conversely, if they go wrong, they know who gets the blame. And the car chief responsible for that car, as the name would entitle, Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in front after sliding around Kurt Busch, leading on lap 109 here in New Hampshire is the Budweiser Chevy.
And we're all pumped. We've also got a new strategy. You're not gonna race in the truck.
What?
You're gonna win in the truck.
Oh, right.
No, say it with me. I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win?
Come on now, I'm gonna win.
I'm going to win.
Win.
Win?
Win.
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 I'm going to win.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, boss. Do we have Aflac?
Nah, we have something else. But if you're hurt and miss work, does it pay cash like Aflac does?
Nah.
Or let you spend it any way you want, like for gas and groceries?
Nah.
Or help with everyday bills like Aflac does?
Nah.
There's only one Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Nice try, boss.
Nah.
I ain't got no money. I ain't got no car to take you on a date. Talk to me, girl.
It's a classic that still has much flavor. McDonald's Double Quarter Pounder with cheese. 2 big juicy quarter-pound patties of 100% pure beef, pickles, and diced onions. Some things that are old school never lose their cool. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
DirecTV presents Songs of Praise for America. This 4th of July weekend, celebrate with some of the nation's most inspirational choirs and artists. Hosted by Darrell Waltrip and Natalie Grant, with special appearances by Michael W. Smith, Nicole C. Mullen, and Jackie Velasquez. Showcasing America's music from sea to shining sea. Songs of Praise for America premieres Saturday, June 30th on Channel 103, exclusively on DirecTV.
Hi, Holly. So, do you want to make $50 the easy way? I'll make $50 just for turning you on to this. It's a 50-50 offer. You get to dump unreliable cable and fall in love with DirecTV. Plus, you get a DVD player and $50. And I get $50. What's not to love?
Sign up your friends, and you'll both make $50. Go to directtv.com/refer.
So, do you want to make $50 the easy way?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading the way here on NASCAR Hotpass. Right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has pulled away to a 1.8-second lead over second-place running Jimmy Johnson. And let's welcome our buddies that are covering David Stremme today. Or let's go over and see what's going on there. And guys, right now, Junior's got everybody in his rear view mirror for the moment, Rick.
Well, Doug, I tell you what, we've been watching him in our upper left or upper right-hand corner, and he looks like he's very strong. We have actually been fighting a few different things that normally you don't have to fight on a racetrack, and that has been voltage, Phil.
It sure has. David early on started complaining about the voltage meter dropping on his Coors Light Dodge. Our crew chief, Steve Lane, told him to turn all the brake blowers off and the air conditioners, everything he had for driver comfort to try to keep the battery from going dead. We do have a spare battery in the car, but we don't want to do that because Steve Lane said if we have to go to that backup battery, then we really only have 45 minutes of running time. So we're trying to stay on that primary battery and not give up all the track position, even under a caution flag, to change that battery. We want to change it if we don't have to. But Wendy Venturini, your guy looks like he's really got everything going. I talked to some of your crew members before the race, and they said that Junior wasn't necessarily that happy yesterday, but he's got to be happy today.
Yeah, things have really turned around from happy hour yesterday to the adjustments they made for race day today. He started off really, really tight. He was uncomfortable in the car, but Tony Gibson made some adjustments on that first pit stop. We've continued to adjust on it, especially with air pressure. Junior's really happy with the car, but the only problem we've had right now is with our brakes. He said he's a quarter way down on the floor. He wished he had a little bit more AC on the brakes. Now, they did have a piece of paper that flew off onto the brake grill, causing the brakes to get a little warm from what Tony Gibson thought, but that's been cleaned off. The brake grill is now wide open, and it hasn't been a problem since.
Thanks a lot, Rick. Phil, covering the action for David Stremme today in the Coors Light Dodge. We'll keep an eye on David, currently riding in the 19th position. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading the way here at New Hampshire. Easily the best performance this season for the Budweiser Chevrolet. Started in the 6th spot. Didn't take long to move up to the top spot. And right now pulling away from Jimmy Johnson. Got to remember the low Chevy only took on 2 tires. Wendy, I've not followed Junior as closely this season as you have, but this looks like the best outing so far for the number 8.
It sure is. Now, we've led a lot of laps this season. Don't get me wrong. At Martinsville, we were leading when the rain came out. back early on in the season. We came home 5th that day. But really, when you look at Dale Jr.'s career, he has 17 wins, but he's been 42 races without a victory. And believe it or not, that's the longest winless streak of Dale Jr.'s career. He said, I would love nothing more than to get a win, especially knowing this is Tony Gibson's last race as interim crew chief. Tony Eury Jr. back next week. I know Tony Gibson would love to add a win to his Nextel Cup career as interim crew chief for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
As they say in the world of game shows, that would be a lovely parting gift. Car of Tomorrow races. Gibbs has led the most laps, but you look under wins. Goose Egg, Hendrick, 616 laps. They've been a little greedy, 5 wins. DEI picked up a W. That was at Dover when Martin Truex won that race. At New Hampshire, 100 down, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the lead under the yellow here for debris.
I can only tell you about the choicest hops. But if you really want to understand what makes Budweiser the king of beers, you have to taste it. Just taste it. The perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser. Open up a world of taste.
When you're about to do something this big, a little luck never hurts. Thanks for having us.
We have you surrounded. You are in violation of the law, and we will use force to apprehend you.
You're in violation of your face.
I'm not with him. He doesn't mean it. Take him out. Someone's at the door.
You think that's surprising? Get this. Diet Dew has all the intensity of regular Dew with none of the calories.
You know what they do to puppets in prison?
At Applebee's, we're grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence.
You know, for me, grilling the perfect meal means using the perfect ingredients, and that's what I use to create Applebee's new Applewood chicken. I season it with fresh rosemary, and it's got a smoky flavor. It's a great combination. And then I add a spinach salad, topped with feta cheese and dried cranberries.
Like that.
And I mix it up with family and friends. Now that's a lot of friends.
Grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence, only at Applebee's.
All over America, thousands of kids are getting ready for one of our great racing traditions. The All-American Soapbox Derby, presented by Levi Strauss Signature. Let's go racing.
Welcome back to New Hampshire International Speedway, where everybody has hit pit road. Caution was out for debris. Dale Earnhardt Jr. having a little bit of a strategy call with Tony Gibson. They came down pit road, but only 2 tires for the 8 team. If we take a look at the pit stop here, everything looked pretty solid. 8.43 seconds on the Budweiser Chevy team. No adjustments as well on that. Now, there are some things we had to look for on pit road. I was trying to see, Doug, how many guys took 2 tires, how many took 4. Obviously, Jimmy Johnson took 2. We came out second with 2 tires, but I'll tell you what happened on pit road. The 43 of Bobby Labonte was coming in as we were finishing up our 2-tire stop. Because we only took 2 tires, we went to leave pit road. Bobby Labonte at the same exact time was coming in. Dale Earnhardt Jr. had to check up, let Bobby get to his pit stall, pull out. That caused a slight delay in Dale Jr. leaving pit road, which could have cost him that spot right there for the lead. But I don't think it will take much time, Doug, until we get back out front.
He didn't seem to be upset. Better to be in second place than to come out and have an incident on pit road. That happened to Kevin Harvick earlier this year at Richmond. He came out of the pit stall, had a collision with another driver, and his day was over as far as being a challenger for the race win. So better to surrender a spot here than to have a damaged race car, Wendy.
Yep, that's true. And Tony Gibson said, sorry, I saw you leaving, and we didn't want that. It had disaster written all over it. And Dale Jr. said, man, I'm glad you were screaming at me, because most of the time I don't listen to you.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., Doug Rice with DirecTV Hotpass. So far, that Budweiser crew has been giving you some great pit stops. Talk about the work on pit road. And we'll try them one more time. Junior, if you've got a copy on us, your pit crew has been doing a superb job getting you in and out on pit road.
It must have a new guy in the truck, but otherwise we're good.
All right, Dale. All right, we'll check in with Junior a little bit later on as he currently rides in the runner-up spot. We're under caution. It started for debris, and then Clint Boyer had the misfortune of blowing up under the yellow, so it's going to be extended here as we're 125 laps into this race at New Hampshire.
This painting season, you've got a lot of stuff to paint, but not a lot of time. The Wagner Power Painter with innovative lock-and-go cartridges lets you go from staining to painting in a snap. Now get a free gift when you buy the Wagner Power Painter at the Home Depot.
Not on the abdomen, Cameron.
Hi! This is Matthews. I'm Steve, your Progressive Claims rep. I inspected the damage on your car, and you're all set.
Oh, thanks so much for coming by. My insurance agent recommended Progressive because you do this kind of stuff for free. I have 4 boys, so the smallest errand is just...
No problem.
Yeah, okay, thanks so much. Bye.
With Progressive, saving hundreds is just the beginning. Contact a local independent agent to switch today.
Who's counting on your brakes today? At Midas, lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes are just $89.95 per axle installed. Be safe.
Getting to retirement is one thing. But what happens once you're there? That's where the principal can help. Not only are we the nation's 401k leader, we also have many planning tools and investment options to help manage a healthy income during retirement. Because why come this far just to miss all the fun? The Principal Financial Group. We'll give you an edge.
There's a new policy in NASCAR. You break it, you fix it.
So driving for the Home Depot, naturally, I like to help. Hey, Denny, fix that fence with 6-gauge galvanized chain link. 6-gauge what? 2 gallons of Cascade White for that wall, Bobby. Exterior enamel. I gotta paint this? Tony! Fill those tracks in with topsoil, man. Good work, guys. Who's planting the Bermuda grass this time? Woo!
Under the yellow at New Hampshire here, brought out by debris on the racetrack, and then Clint Boyer had the misfortune of losing his engine, which has elongated this particular yellow flag. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading the way here today, but a challenger that's lurking in the weeds could be Jeff Burton. Tony Rizzuto's covering the action. Guy's currently riding in 7th, but Jeff Burton's won 4 times here. He's always a threat at this place.
Always strong here at New Hampshire. A little bit different look for the 31 car here today. The white and blue colors of Lenox Industrial Tools on the side of our machine, and our guy down on pit road's been Jimmy Thompson. And Jimmy, we've battled a tight condition most of the day.
Well, we have, but the best part about it is the 31 team's only been throwing air pressure adjustments at this car all day long. Nothing substantial as far as track bar or wedge adjustments. And probably the best sign, last stop, we took 2 tires and no further adjustments. So they're pretty happy with this race car sitting in 6th. Wendy, what's going on with your car? Obviously, you're running very well so far here today in the top 3.
Yeah, we've had a good day so far. Of course, we started out really, really tight. We had to adjust on that at the very first pit stop early on at lap 73, but since then, we're the same way. We just made some air pressure adjustment each time, and this last time down pit road, we took 2 tires as well, so it seemed like that had to be the strategy call because everybody had that same kind of thought process here on pit road. 2 tires for everyone.
Tony, Jimmy, good luck to you guys today. And Jeff Burton, who currently resides 6th place, well inside the top 10 here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be in the second spot when we return to green flag racing here on NASCAR Hotpass. And you heard him say a moment ago, they must have a new guy in the truck. He was talking about the driver of this truck that drops out the speedy dry. Wendy, we don't normally hear that. That's usually pretty consistent, but apparently they dumped a lot of extra dry on the backstretch.
Yeah, when we heard, we were trying to talk with Dale Jr. at the same time he's trying to report back to the crew. There was a lot of speedy dry on that backstretch, and when we talked to him, ironically, he was saying, hey, there's a new guy in the truck, meaning there's a lot of speedy dry down here on the backstretch of New Hampshire International Speedway. He was worried about it, but it seems like it shouldn't be an issue.
Race cars off.
Back to green flag racing. So far, Junior has led the most laps here today. If they could pull off the coup and be in that category at the end of the race, that's 5 more bonus points.
Here low.
And Doug, this crowd is just erupting, and I knew something had to be happening on the backstretch. Dale Jr. going for the lead against Jimmy Johnson. A sea of red on their feet.
Jimmy Johnson battling back, though. This is some great racing action. Kyle Busch is about to get in the mix here. 3 Chevys fighting it out. Jimmy reappropriates the lead away from Dale Earnhardt Jr., putting us back in the second. And Kyle Busch in that Kellogg's Chevy riding there in third. See if Junior makes another run here, Wendy. Kyle Busch now peeking to the inside, trying to take over the runner-up spot. A couple of Hendrick Motorsports cars now 1 and 2. As Kyle Busch, who will be leaving, here's a little irony for you. Kyle Busch leaving Hendrick and Junior taking that spot next year. Doesn't want to give up the second place spot here, battling back to the inside. Great racing here at New Hampshire. And Wendy, this is why this place is sold out 25 times. They are here to see side-by-side racing, and especially when it involves Dale Earnhardt Jr. running in the top 3.
Oh, absolutely. And we know that Dale Jr. has the car to beat today. He's been up front all day long, and I can especially hear it in his voice. You can always tell when Dale Jr. is confident in this day, confident with his race car, and in a good mood, and that's definitely Dale Jr.'s attitude today. I think he has the car to beat. He may be just sitting it out and waiting a few laps right now, saving his equipment. That's what I like to see.
Well, he's talked consistently that he's gotten stronger and stronger the longer the green flag lasted. And no fluke right now. Looking at the top 5, 3 Hendrick Motorsports cars in the top 4. It's Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, and us, Dale Earnhardt Jr. riding in third, and then right back there in fourth, lurking in fourth, Jeff Gordon, and then Carl Edwards, the lone Ford in the top 5. And Wendy, no surprise, Hendrick Motorsports, 3 out of the top 4. Of course, they've won 5, the lion's share of the COT races this year, 5 out of the first 7.
And it looks like our teammate Paul Menard has a little bit of trouble off pit road. He's been on pit road since the green flag dropped. An unfortunate day for our teammate at DEI.
That'll be probably one of 3 cars off the track. Ward Burton retired early, and then John Andretti subbing for Kyle Petty, who's working as a TV commentator this weekend. As you can see, Kyle Busch has taken the lead over from Jimmy Johnson, and now the battle is going to be the Lowe's Chevy and the Bud Chevy. Let's watch and see what happens here. Junior really seems to be strong at the end of the front stretch, Wendy. He can drive that car 2 more car lengths in there than anybody else I've seen so far today. That seems to be the best part of the racetrack for him.
And I can't believe the Hendrick Motorsports group up front, along with Carl Edwards running up there. It's good to see a Roush Fenway guy competing with all these Chevys, but really Dale Earnhardt Jr., man, he would love to add his name to the COT win list, to the win list at DEI itself. Of course, his teammate Martin Truex getting his first win at Dover. It's been an excellent year for Martin Truex. Dale Jr. wants to end that winless streak, and I think he can do it today. He's got the car, and I think right now we haven't heard much on the radio. The weather conditions really haven't changed here. It's been windy and overcast all day long. Since the start of the race, actually, so the weather conditions are not playing a part today. Be interesting to see how the car feels as soon as we get some feedback from Dale Jr.
See, there are 42 races without a win. Last straight win last May back at Richmond on a short track. Upper left-hand corner of your screen. Watch Dale Earnhardt Jr. here. Drive it off down into that turn 3. Power past Jimmy Johnson and take over the second spot. Now, putting Kyle Busch in the crosshairs, trying to get back to the lead. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led more laps than anyone else today, 43 circuits. He's been in the #1 spot today and trying to reel in Kyle Busch. Of course, Kyle Busch, really good race car driver, very aggressive, always fast. Seems to like this racetrack. Saw Carl Edwards creeping into the picture a moment ago. Carl, pretty popular figure up here this weekend, because he's got the colors of the Boston Red Sox on his car, 75 miles outside of Boston, and anything that has to do with the Red Sox in this part of the universe pretty much gets the blessings of all the locals here. So Carl Edwards, a pretty popular guy. Of course, it's Roush Fenway Racing, so no coincidence the Red Sox and some of their key sponsors featured on Carl Edwards' race car. And Wendy, this is a battle that's shaping up here to try to wrestle the lead away from Kyle Busch, but all NASCAR fans know Kyle Busch is a tough one once he gets on the point.
Oh yeah, this is no surprise to me that it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kyle Busch battling for position right now for the lead. Nonetheless, we know that these Chevys have dominated the COT races. Chevrolet has won 6 of the 7 COT events we've had. It'll be interesting to see if we can add another win to the Chevy column thanks to Dale Jr. We'll be back right after this.
Sir, please step out of the vehicle. Please place both hands on the vehicle. No, sir, the rear of the vehicle. Okay, sir, get that headlight fixed.
Everyone admires a great driver. At Allstate, great drivers can even get a bonus, a safe driving bonus, only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
I heard Stacy got promoted.
I heard the same thing.
I couldn't believe it.
Seriously? You gonna do that? What?
You don't need a napkin tuck for a quarter pounder with cheese.
This is a new shirt. That's a lot of beef and cheese.
You think you can't handle it?
I can handle it. You take it off, you look ridiculous. Fine.
The quarter pounder with cheese, made with 100% beef.
You got something on your shirt. I'm aware of that.
My car is alive. Bring it!
Transformers, rated PG-13. Everywhere July 3rd. NASCAR on TNT Summer Series. The drama continues Saturday night at 7:30 Eastern.
This 4th of July, TBS has everything you need.
Screwdriver, check, spit.
To celebrate Independence Day.
Yes!
Food. Family.
Don't touch me, I don't know where your hands be.
And plenty of fireworks.
I will set it on up in here.
See the House of Pain 4th of July Marathon. 8 back-to-back episodes starting at 5, followed by 2 all-new episodes at 9. Wednesday, only on TBS. To see full episodes online, go to TBS.com.
At work, he's a therapist with all the answers.
Baby just kicked me.
Get used to that. But at home, this father doesn't always know best.
What's in your drawer, Trent?
Tell me it's not drugs. It's a Playboy.
Oh, good boy. Bill Engvall stars as TV's newest dad.
Good bread, good meat. Good God, let's eat.
No. Who's really just a kid at heart.
You want to argue about this? Then let's argue naked.
Sure, anything to move it along.
The all-new TBS comedy series, The Bill Engvall Show, premieres July 17th at 9. For more on The Bill Engvall Show, go to TBS.com.
My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel is the center
great job of putting all these New England, Boston-based bands. Jay Giles there.
Only one coming to 99. He's about a half a straightaway back there.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. riding in second. Radioed in a moment ago, said, I'm only running this thing about 70%. Don't want to use up the brakes because we're just now getting to the halfway mark of the race. A little bit of concern about the brakes on the number 8. That's been the only problem today, as Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led more than anyone else. 43 circuits on this racetrack today, and Wendy, in the back of his mind, I thought that was a brilliant move by Junior not to want to use up the car right now.
Yeah, this is the time. If you're going to conserve your equipment, this is the time to do it. We know right off the bat he had a good car the first 100 laps. He proved that by leading all those laps. Now he's going to take it easy. He's going to save his brakes. He's only running 70%, as you mentioned. We also know that Dale Earnhardt Jr. wanted to know the lap times. We know he's about consistent with Kyle Busch right now, but as for Carl Edwards, Carl has been running about a 1/10 or 2/10 faster than us. That's the only one they're concerned to sneak up on the 8 car.
Thanks a bunch, Wendy. It has been a strange year for Dale Earnhardt Jr., DEI and company. Peaks and valleys, the proverbial roller coaster, if you must. So we put together some music to kind of exemplify the type of season that it's been for Junior. I'm leaving, and then a month later announcing that he's going to Hendrick, and everything else that has built the drama for the 2007 season. We'll kick this off as we do a ride-along with Dale Earnhardt Jr., former frontman for Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, as we ride along with Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Budweiser Chevrolet. We're at the Cross Flags here in New Hampshire. 3 in a row here on NASCAR Hotpass. We only play the top hits here. It's Keith Urban, Roller Coaster. Wendy Venturini, are you one of those people that can put their hands up in the air and take them off the safety bar coming down the roller coaster?
Yeah, I can do that. I don't know about you, but listening to the tunes here in the pit, I was jealous that the A-team, they should have been jealous, I was telling them, because they can't hear the tunes. I promise, we didn't go anywhere. We didn't take a lunch break. We've been right here in the pit stall the whole time. But man, what a good break. Listen to some tunes, and unfortunately, Dale Jr. can't hear our music right now, but I hope the fans at Hotpass enjoyed that.
I think they probably do. I think it's a really nice innovation. Some good cruising music there. And by the way, while all that was going on, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has actually closed in on Kyle Busch. Kyle had gotten about a second advantage. He's chopped that in two, as you can see right there. What is that, 6-7 car lengths? Wendy, you heard that a moment ago. Junior said, I'm only giving it about 70%. That doesn't mean he's slacking off. That just means he doesn't have to punish the car right now. That's great news.
And believe it or not, we do leave the radio communication open, so he didn't report anything during that time. We would have heard it during that music. He's been pretty quiet on the radio. I did see a NASCAR official alert the 8 team that an 8th man over the wall will be allowed for the next stop for the windshield. That, of course, means there might be a little bit more debris or the windshields get a little bit dirty. A guy can go over the wall as the 8th man to pull that tear off the windshield.
Wendy, another big thing that happened a few laps ago, and I really think we need to document this here, is that Ryan Newman got a penalty for a pit road violation.
Doing real good, old man. Top 5 running the same lap time.
All right, a little words of encouragement there for Junior. But Ryan Newman got popped for a pit road penalty, and that means a lot for Dale Earnhardt Jr. because Newman is the guy closest in points. He was 96 behind us coming into this race, so if that penalty sticks and Ryan Newman can't overcome that, that could be a huge turn of events in the course of this race today.
And when you look at who's in front of us, it's our teammate Martin Truex Jr., who is, of course, we're 6:23 back coming into this event. He's 4th right now. We're 2nd, so we wouldn't gain enough points as of now to move in front of Truex up to the 11th spot. But it all comes down to who's in front of us, who's running up front at the end of the race today, who's in that points contention. It looks like everybody who's in the top 12 is up front again today, including Kyle Busch and Carl Edwards, Martin Truex. All those guys still having a fantastic day. This is why all of these gentlemen are in the top 12. They are definitely consistent.
Well said, Wendy. I mean, when you look right now at the top 12 teams, it pretty much mirrors the top 12 drivers in this race today. There you see the top 10. You know, Kyle Busch is up there, Junior. Carl Edwards, that team has really come on lately. Martin Truex Jr., what a resurgence for that bunch. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Stewart, Hamlin, Jeff Burton, and Kevin Harvick. As Wendy pointed out, no strangers in that top 10 listing here. As Dale Earnhardt Jr. just continues to motor and grind out the laps here at New Hampshire, riding in 2nd. About 1.1 second behind Kyle Busch. He made a run there where he closed in, and now Kyle's pulled a little bit away. But Wendy, I don't think that's really any area for concern at this juncture of the race. 135 to go, though, but they probably are thinking pit strategy, though, and when they can make the last pit stop and then race the rest of the way to the finish here.
Well, we know there was rain on the horizon. Whether or not it was going to come down was the question. Originally, a lot of the engineers had thought around 4 to 5 o'clock some rain might hit, but the good news is we're past halfway. We have 134 laps to go, so if rain were to come, we would be past halfway. We would get this race in. It would be official. But that's not what we want. We want to see all 300 laps completed. We want to see all the strategies be able to be played out, including Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s.
Dale Earnhardt.
Go ahead, Doug.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. still riding in 2nd here in New Hampshire.
This goes out to all the achievers across this unpredictable little economy of ours. Everyone who's figured out that you've got to be pretty fast to stay ahead. People taking care of business at the speed of light. That's business at sprint speed.
Yo.
What you boys got there?
It's a pizzone.
That's huge.
Delicious.
So...
No. It's back. The Pizza Hut Pizzone is yours alone. Over 1 pound of melted cheese and tasty toppings baked in a pizza crust. A big eat for the tiny price of $5.99. Or get 2 for $10.99. Tackle your hunger with classic meaty or pepperoni.
Hey, Mooch, you want one? Yeah.
Order up. Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut, now online.
Announcing an exciting breakthrough in automotive technology. Introducing ZNet, only at AutoZone. ZNet gives every AutoZoner the power to find you the right part faster, along with diagrams, photos, and complete instructions. So you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. Come in for a test drive today. ZNet, available only when you get in the zone. AutoZone.
Fireworks and explosions will hit Arco Arena on Saturday, July 7th, as the Ultimate Fighting Championship returns to Sacramento with UFC 73. Stacked with big names, big fights, and non-stop action. The Huntington Beach bad boy Tito Ortiz will take on undefeated 15-0 Rashad Evans. UFC World Middleweight Champion Anderson Spider Silva will battle 7-time Pancrase champion Nate Marquardt for the title. Stacked with not one World Championship fight, but 2. As UFC lightweight world champion Sean Shirk will go against Brazilian sensation Hermes Franca, and the UFC debut of one of the most dangerous and exciting heavyweight fighters in the world, Antonio Minotauro Nogueira, will go to war with the Texas Crazy Horse Heath Herring. The Ultimate Fighting Championship presents UFC 73 Stacked. Live Saturday, July 7th from Arco Arena in Sacramento, California. Only on pay-per-view.
Can't go on thinking nothing's wrong.
It's the cars. Who's going to drive you home? Who's going to drive into victory lane at the end of the Lenox Industrial 300 here in New Hampshire? We hope it's the 8 car. Be nice. 42 race without a W. And could end that today as currently Junior rides in second, about a full second behind Kyle Busch, who is the race leader. Third place, Carl Edwards with a nice run today. And right behind Carl, our DEI teammate, Martin Truex Jr. Of course, we welcome emails here at NASCAR Hotpass, and we will do our best to come up with a reasonable answer. You can send those to hotpass@directtv.com. This one comes from Debbie Kraft in Holt, Michigan. And Debbie has a pretty interesting query here about the race and how things are unfolding and how they figure fuel mileage. Wendy, do they do it back at the shop? Do they do it on a massive computer, or do they wait till they get to the racetrack? What are you thinking about fuel mileage, Wendy?
Well, that's a great question from Debbie in Holt, Michigan, where I've been many times before. But when it comes to fuel mileage, in years past, we've had the older version car. We don't have the COT as we're racing today here at Loudon. So they have an idea. They have a roundabout number of their fuel strategy, of that pit window, when they come to an event every weekend. However, now that we have the COT, there's a different type of fuel mileage. It all depends on how your car is running, how it's handling. The engineer, which on the 8 pit box is H.A. Mergern, he will calculate the fuel mileage with the engine tuner. It depends on what kind of carburetor you're running on the engine. A lot of factors play in to what kind of fuel mileage that you get every weekend. But they do have a roundabout number coming into the weekend, but the actual number, which is whether it's 4 point whatever gallons, you know, is how they figure it out. And that number doesn't come into play until they get some practice laps. They actually make fuel runs, and that happens on Saturday usually. They can measure what kind of fuel mileage they're going to get come race day once they get to the track.
Not an exact science, but as Wendy told you there, Debbie, there's a lot of factors that go into figuring out the fuel mileage for these cars, and you got to be pretty close, because you see what happened to Jamie McMurray last week at Infineon, a lap and a half to go, and he runs out of gas, Wendy, and he goes from riding first and second to finishing 37.
Right, last week on Hot Pass, I had Robbie Gordon, and it was very interesting. He would call back to his team and say, okay, the caution came out. I only ran full throttle because it was a road course. He wanted his team to know that he ran full throttle 2/10 of the way or whatever it may be around Sonoma last weekend and Infineon. Well, this is a little bit different. We don't have a road course, but it all depends how much you're on the throttle, how much you're on the brake, which is important here at New Hampshire. So a lot of factors play into it every week. It's a science, but again, it's all a guessing game at the same time.
It's also a little bit of a black art here, and you can go from hero to zero real quick if you miscalculate the fuel mileage. As you can see, Dale Earnhardt Jr. starting to gain on Kyle Busch here. He's cut it down to only about 2 car lengths difference. Make sure you tell all your friends about NASCAR Hotpass exclusively on DirecTV. Next weekend, July 7th, we're in Daytona. You can get Hotpass for free. We've got a great lineup of drivers. Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Martin, and Carl Edwards. And that's all on channels 795 through 799. A free preview next weekend for NASCAR Hotpass. And old DW, Darrell Waltrip, makes his announcing debut here on NASCAR Hotpass. So that should be a lot of fun as we'll catch Darrell Waltrip.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
There you go, a little sample of DW. You'll get a lot more of Darrell than just boogity, boogity, boogity. Right now, big battle on the racetrack. In behind the lap car, Dave Blaney. Let's see if Junior can do away with Kyle Busch here.
TV8 crews just watching lap by lap, watching Dale Jr. get around this track. We are about 17 laps away from hitting. It should be, about 14 laps. Somewhere in that range from coming back down pit road. So the guys here on the over the wall team are starting to stretch. We see DJ Cobb here right in front of me stretching his legs out, getting ready for a pit stop as Tony Gibson watches the 8 car go around and round at this a little bit over a mile course. There we see DJ Cobb stretch it out, getting ready for another a quick pit stop. The last 3 stops have been fantastic here on pit road. Doug, the last time out we only took 2 tires, so it was 8.4 seconds, but the other 2 stops we had were both, one was under 13, one was under 14 seconds with those 4 tires. So great pit stops here on pit road.
If the crowd just shook and you live in New England, it's not an earthquake. Junior just took the lead and the crowd's up applauding and stamping their feet. Junior leads at New Hampshire.
Next great comedy series.
You love me, loan me $400.
From one very funny network comes one very funny family.
Daddy and I were just arguing.
What's in your drawer, Trent?
Tell me it's not drugs. It's a Playboy.
Oh, good boy. The all-new TBS comedy series, The Bill Engvall Show, premieres July 17th at 9. For more on The Bill Engvall Show, go to TBS.com.
Every lap, every driver, all on your computer. The all-new Track Pass Race View only on NASCAR.com. Try Track Pass for free during the Pepsi 400 at Daytona.
Changing, yeah, everything's changing. But I'm through with all this changing. I like the way I'm living, and I got my reasons why. And I'm not gonna go changing. No, I'm not
Coors,
gonna change.
the banquet beer.
Oh, good, you're home. What color should we go with? I'm leaning towards this one, but you know, this one's warmer, and I like that because it's sophisticated. And oh, I think that as an accent wall. Yes.
Trying to find the right color? The Home Depot can help you choose and coordinate beautifully. Right now, get $6 off 1-gallon cans and $25 off 5-gallon buckets of #1 rated Behr interior paint.
The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
I'm glad I thought of this.
Yeah.
Tony Stewart here with my buddy Jared. Subway restaurants are known for tasty, low-fat subs, like this 6-inch sweet onion chicken teriyaki. At 5 grams of fat, it's a third the fat of a McDonald's snack wrap.
And look at it. It's a lot more food. Fills me up without slowing me down.
So Tony, would you say that makes Subway restaurants your favorite pit stop? The tasty 6-inch sweet onion chicken teriyaki from Subway restaurants. Make it part of a new Subway Fresh Fit Meal with new, better-for-you sides and drinks.
Subway, race hard,
eat fresh.
Prepare for a NASCAR experience like never before. Every lap, every driver, all on your computer. Now you're in control.
Who will you listen to?
All clear. Nice job, buddy.
Who will you follow? What view will you choose? The all-new Track Pass Race View. Available now only at the new NASCAR.com. And be sure to try Track Pass for free during the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. Only on NASCAR.
Welcome back to NASCAR Hotpass here at New Hampshire International Raceway. Dale Earnhardt Jr. made his way to the front right now, getting past Carl Edwards as the leader right now, and that's a good thing to see Dale Jr. up front right now. I want to go back to a story we started early on in the race, actually, before Dale Jr. got in the car. He was holding a helmet, and a lot of times race fans don't get a chance to see Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s helmet, especially from the backside of it. So here's what Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s helmet looks right now. I'll tell you this, Nick Pastura is the designer of all of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s helmets. He also does Martin Truex. And here's a little key. This is the same guy that used to design Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s helmets. So what Dale Jr. does, he hands Nick a helmet every season and says, hey, do what you want, make me a cool design, make it look good. And that's the design that he gave back to Dale Jr. for this season. I also know all the guys on the 18 that go over pit wall have very unique paint schemes on their helmets as well, all with a Budweiser theme, but Dale Jr. gets the cool paint scheme right there, Doug.
A little bit of a gothic look there for Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s helmet. And I've talked to Nick. What an artist, Wendy. I mean, he does great work there. And I tell you what, we're about to have a battle out here on the racetrack. Carl Edwards in that Roush Fenway Ford. That machine's starting to look racy here as we get into the last 100 laps of this show, Wendy.
Well, I know the pressure's on Carl Edwards to perform in the hometown with Roush Fenway and that Boston Red Sox, but man, it would be sweet to get Dale Jr. in victory lane today and spray a little Budweiser over all these crew guys in victory lane, especially Tony Gibson, who will be leaving as interim crew chief after today.
And, of course, wasn't all that long ago that Carl picked up his first W of the 2007 campaign. No offense, Carl. You've already got one this year. Junior needs to go ahead and get his and break this 42-race winless streak. And right now, Carl Edwards starting to loom large in the rearview mirror of number 8.
Doug, we see next time starting to happen. Dale Jr. will be hitting pit road. We see Jeff Gordon down pit road right there. Now, as he battles Carl Edwards, he's have to be very careful of coming down on the inside lane and slowing down. He's going to have to move over.
There you go.
Dale Jr. coming down pit road in just moments. Let's watch as he makes his way here.
4,800, 4,800. Four tires, right down in front of the target. Right here. There you go. Nice and smooth.
This is lap 193 for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as he comes down pit road. Looks like a solid stop so far. No adjustments, no track bar, no wedge. And he's gone.
Clear all the way out, all the way out. Watch the speed there.
Hit pit road
4,800 all the way to the orange cone, Jim.
Another slick stop pulled off by the number 8 crew there, getting Dale Earnhardt Jr. back out onto the racetrack. And you can see in the upper right there, Carl Edwards, who just assumed the lead, now bringing in that Red Sox colored number 99 on the pit road for his service. And you also saw, Wendy made a reference a moment ago about the 8th man, Wendy. We saw him come off and pull away that tear off on Junior's car, so hopefully he can see a little better now.
Yeah, that actually helps. The driver can see a little bit better with that tear off missing. Everybody's starting to hit pit road now, Doug, so we're all within a lap or two of each other. I do know that was a 13.2 second pit stop for the Budweiser Chevy team. So another great pit stop under 14 seconds for them today.
Wendy, as all my professors can attest to, I am not a mathematician, but there is no way that we can go the rest of this race without at least one more pit stop. He pitted with 107 laps remaining, so there's at least one more stop in the future, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. We just went 72 laps from our last pit stop till now. Now, our pit window has been around right in that area from 70 to 75 laps. Obviously, obviously 75 plus 193 doesn't equal quite that enough to make it to the end, so we will have to have at least one more stop.
You see the chart there on the green flag pit stops today, all sub 14-second pit stops.
Clear by 3 to the 1 car.
For that 4-tire stop, and of course the one that was less than 9 seconds was a 2-tire stop, so another great stop. This crew just keeps cranking them out today. I'm going to think when they recycle around, Junior's probably going to be the race leader once again here. I think he's going to better the run that Carl Edwards had. It seems that Edwards' pit stop wasn't quite as fast as what Dale Earnhardt Jr. turned in. As you can see the rotation now, Ryan Newman staying out here. He will lead a lap, so that's 5 points for Newman, and that's key because he entered this race 96 points behind us in the 13th position. Closing in on the 200 lap mark, the 2/3 post of today's Lenox Industrial 300. I believe when this all cycles around, Dale Earnhardt Jr. will once again be the race leader after Ryan Newman seeks assistance with his Alltel Dodge on the pit lane. Look who's riding right behind us, Martin Truex Jr. I saw Mike Spiegel, the president of DEI, up on the box earlier, Wendy. This has got to be a great time for him and anybody else with DEI with the cars running 1 and 2. Or soon to be running 1 and 2. They're
yeah, Doug,
second, third right now.
Clear low.
We're going to get a little interview with Max Siegel in just a few moments. When it quiets down on our next caution, we'd love to talk to him. But Max Siegel has not left his
Jim, pit stops to cycle through. You are the leader. 101 laps to go. Everybody has to stop again.
I love to hear that kind of feedback. We cycled around as the leader, but Max Siegel has not left his pit box all day long. He's been here since the pre-race activities, and he shook Dale Jr.'s hand right before he got into the car. He gave him some words of advice, or maybe they just talked a little bit. But Max Siegel is very adamant about being here and being supportive on behalf of Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, and that's why you often see Max Siegel here at the racetrack. Always supportive of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s decision, although he was upset by it. We'll hear from more Max Siegel when we get our next caution, but for now, we're going to take a little break of ourselves. We'll be right back after this.
To get more maximum payload for the new Ford Super Duty, we gave it a rigid frame and 8-inch longer leaf springs, which pushed the payload up to more than 3 tons. Introducing the bold new F-Series Super Duty. It's built better to work harder for you.
More letters for Rookie of the Year, Danny Hamlin. Dorsey Rogers from Nashville, Tennessee writes, "Hey FedEx, does Danny have any unusual methods of honing his skills?" Well,
Okay, you want to play it like that?
Who is this guy?
As Kurt Busch races for the Cup, choose the only light beer to win 4 gold awards in the World Beer Cup. Here's to the #2 car in the run for the championship. From the light beer that knows what it takes to win 4 times. Miller Lite, good call.
We know what men like. Mitchum Smart Solid. Powerful protection, unbeatable against white residue. Wow, let's see that again. For powerful all-day protection that doesn't come off on your shirt, be a smart Mitchum man.
TNT. There's a guy in Texas building his own rocket in his backyard.
Now you can order The Astronaut Farmer on DirecTV the same day it's available on DVD.
You're a man-made American hero.
2 thumbs up. A film that is truly funny and great for all ages.
If you advertise on my rocket, it's going to raise your sales.
Billy Bob Thornton has more range than almost any other actor of his generation.
And if we don't have our dreams, we have nothing.
The Astronaut Farmer. Coming July 10th to DirecTV pay-per-view movies.
Dedicated, courageous, tenacious, warriors of a different sort, preparing for their moment of glory. NFL Sunday Ticket from DirecTV. Up to 14 games a week during the regular season. For the true football fan, this is where all the magic happens. For the most NFL action anywhere, sign up now and get $20 off the regular price. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS now.
Under caution at New Hampshire, Dale Earnhardt Jr., the race leader. This yellow brought out when Joe Nemechek lost a tire. Exploded on that car. A lot of debris out on the racetrack, so that brought out this yellow. And before that, under the last round of pit stops, we saw Carl Edwards, who was leading. He came in, he had a long pit stop. The car fell off the jack. It took forever to get the left rear tire on. So Carl Edwards goes from leading the race to being relegated to about mid-pack there with a disaster stop. He goes from first to 26. Right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading under this yellow on lap 2:03. And Wendy, I would imagine everybody in DEI land have got to be pretty happy right now. They're riding 1 and 2.
We do know Dale Earnhardt Jr. has one of the fastest cars out there, if not the fastest car today. Max Siegel, you are always supportive of this team. You haven't left the pit box all day long. How good does it feel to see the car so dominant out there today?
It feels really, really great. Everybody's been focused. We got great cars. Staying focused through everything has been incredible, but each week the performance keeps improving, so it feels really, really good.
I know you're a pro when it comes to the music industry, but you're still learning the NASCAR industry, and do you really get into how these strategies play out on pit road, fuel strategy, what kind of tires we're taking here in the 8 pit today?
Absolutely, and the guys have been really great sharing information. It's important to be able to support them, know exactly what's going on here. So I'm in it all the way, and they've been here to support me too.
How sweet would it be to get a win with Dale Earnhardt Jr. at DEI today?
Oh, it'd be great. I mean, we want to focus on winning a championship this year. It'd be fantastic for him to do that for us today.
All right, thank you, Max Siegel. Taking time, we're going to let him get on the pit box, and we're going to take our break ourselves here on NASCAR Hotpass. You're watching the Dale Earnhardt Jr. channel.
TNT.
More bars in more places. That's what you can expect from the new AT&T, the largest digital voice and data network in America. More bars in more places. So switch to the network you can trust. Singular's name is now AT&T. Your world delivered.
New Diet Pepsi Max with ginseng and more caffeine.
Trying to make sense of all your insurance options can make anyone feel a bit helpless. Fortunately, that's where we come in. For over 125 years, the principal has helped make the tough financial decisions easier. So whether it's life insurance, disability income insurance, or medical coverage, we can make protecting you and yours a lot less stressful. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge.
When you're about to do something this big, a little luck never hurts. Thanks for having us.
New Hampshire International Raceway here on NASCAR Hot Pass, exclusively on DirecTV. This is the Dale Earnhardt Channel. The Dale Earnhardt Channel has been a pretty sweet place to be today as Junior started 6th, has moved up through the pack.
Air pressure's been a little low on that start there if you want to go up half a pound a little bit. Yeah, 10-4.
Talking about
cooling off a little bit.
Talking about possible adjustments that they could make on the Budweiser Chevrolet later on. We see the lights out on top of the pace car. That means they'll go back to green flag racing here shortly. And we see Carl Edwards now. He is a lap down. They had a disastrous pit stop earlier. Car fell off the jack. It's good news if you're a Junior fan. not pulling against Carl here because he had a great car and now he's relegated to a lap down, but he'll have a great chance to get that back on the restart the old-fashioned way, getting out in front of the race leader. Wendy, this is going to be an interesting restart. We've got a fast car and Carl Edwards directly to our inside here when they drop the green.
Yeah, and it's small little things that happen during a race, just like that what happened with Carl Edwards. Not necessarily one person's fault. It could have been a collaborative effort, everything happening at once, and the jack falling underneath the car and the car rolling over that jack. That's an unfortunate situation. Fortunate situation for us. We're leading the pack, and our teammate Mark Truex is right behind us.
Green flag, clear low. Outside, outside.
DEI cars battling for the lead here. Martin Truex Jr. in the 1, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8.
You think they're just having some fun right now, Doug?
Looks to me like it. A little bit of rubbing there coming out of 4. This is great stuff. And you got Kyle Busch in the mix here. He's not shy.
Ooh, I saw Dale Jr. slide just a little bit there. Ooh, some scary moments right there.
Another one inside, June. Now you're clear low. Inside. Clear.
Windy throughout the day. The restarts haven't been the best part of Junior's game. I think that this car, the tire pressure has to come up. It takes 3 or 4 laps for these Goodyears to come up to full song for Junior.
Yeah, we're better on the long runs for sure, and he even mentioned that while we were in commercial break, the air pressures were a little bit low on his tires. He wanted to come up a half pound, maybe our next stop by, so I'm sure that'll help Junior. But unfortunately, when we come back down pit road, it should be our last pit stop. If we make it to lap 266, has been our average fuel window, about 73 laps, and since we came in at 196, it's pretty close to that area. So that's the next time Dale Jr. will come down pit road and get that air pressure adjustment. For now, we'll just have to wait for the tires to
clear by 3 to the 24.
Pretty frantic restart. Watch closely here. Close racing quarters. Dale Earnhardt Jr. down on the inside. Upper left here, Martin Truex Jr. works to the outside. Ooh, that's the scary moment Wendy was talking about. Car slips out underneath Jr., but he's able to save it and hold on. That's about the closest call we've had all day long with the 8 car. Slipped a little bit there. Now he's right in behind Kyle Busch, riding 3rd. Teammate Martin Truex Jr. leading right now. So DEI 1st and 3rd here at New Hampshire, and Hendrick 2nd and 4th with Kyle Busch and Jeff Gordon. So I know that you just knew Jeff Gordon wasn't going to go away.
Okay, if you hear that noise, somebody's radio's open on the 8 team. They just said check your radios. Everybody has to put their hand up to prove their hand is not on the button. Somebody's radio's been keyed, and that's always a problem on pit road.
That's not a problem. Junior sliding underneath the Kellogg Chevy of Kyle Busch, making the pass. Of course, Junior will be driving that car. We don't know what the number of the sponsor will be next year, but he just passed the car that he'll be campaigning in the 2008 season when he moves over to Hendrick Motorsports. Now, get a little inter-team competition here as you see Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s mile per hour. 125 on lap 213.
In the middle. Roger that.
Wendy, it's going to be interesting if Junior can track back down Martin Truex Jr. here. He's about a second and some
We'll
change
get that air pressure
behind.
up for you and then stop.
It's going to be the battle of the DEI teammates here. And, of course, Truex has already got his W this season.
You know, when Junior was talking about coming to New Hampshire International Speedway, he mentioned about the Milwaukee test they had last week. He said, we took all 3 DEI cars to Milwaukee, and it was a very successful test. He was confident that all 3 cars were going to run well. Some unfortunate circumstance for Paul Menard today, but it's proving that the test has paid off for the 8 and the 1 car today.
Well, Milwaukee, if you're not familiar with it, it's another flat track. That's a great speedway, by the way. Puts on wonderful shows there. and it mirrors New Hampshire in a lot of ways. Not a lot of banking at Milwaukee, so goes to thinking that if you get your car to handle well at the Milwaukee Mile, that you could come to the Magic Mile here at New Hampshire. The lap starting to wind down in New Hampshire. Dale Earnhardt Jr. riding second with Kyle Busch here on NASCAR Hotpass.
Like 400 a year, but what really impressed me was they actually gave me the rates the other big companies. Was not expecting that. I mean, that kind of honesty is... Oh, did you have anything to do with this?
No.
Right.
Get our rates plus competitors at Progressive.com. Honest. Progressive. Saving hundreds is just the beginning.
I ain't got no money. I ain't got no car to take you on a date. Talk to me, girl.
It's a classic that still has much flavor. McDonald's double quarter pounder with cheese. 2 big juicy quarter pound patties of 100% pure beef, pickles, and diced onions. Some things that are old school never lose their cool. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Dale, we have assembled the absolute best new team for you. Like Dave here, your new spotter.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Richmond. Lap 57. You're gonna need to go low and stay there. It's the only place you'll fit, trust me. And don't worry about the coffee, I'll get another cup.
This guy's good. Spooky good.
TNT tomorrow.
It's not my job to forgive and forget, Father. A boy was murdered.
And you thought nuns were tough. She's sweet.
This is the fun part. You're under arrest for murder of the first.
Thank you. Thank you so much. She's tough.
It is high time that you start telling me the truth.
She's back.
We're taking the LAPD plane.
We are supposed to be finding the murder, and we are not doing it in the carpool lane.
Every Monday this summer, The Closer is all new.
Consider, if you will, a universe in which you work for me. What do I have to do to make you agree with me?
Stop being wrong. Thank you.
Get ready for new crimes.
Stop that casket.
New confessions.
I need a name. Now.
And new cravings.
Oh, that cake smells amazing.
Golden Globe winner Kara Sedgwick is The Closer. See an all-new episode tomorrow at 9 on TNT. For more on The Closer, go to TNT.tv.
Next week, NASCAR's best head back to Daytona for an Independence Day battle under the lights.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Can Tony Stewart make it 3 in a row at the Pepsi 400? Or will Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr., Carl Edwards, and Mark Martin find their groove and take the checkered in Daytona? It's all next week on NASCAR Hotpass.
Saturday night. Yeah. Yeah.
What a better way to celebrate America's birthday than NASCAR Hotpass next Saturday night, because it's free. It's right here on DirecTV, so you can check out NASCAR Hotpass. DW's going to be there. It's the post-4th of July weekend. It's a great way to wrap up all your celebrating, and it's free. So that means, since I'm a member of the media, it's for me. All right, if it's free, we'll take 2. Check it out next week. As they say in Animal House, don't cost nothing. So check it out for free. NASCAR Hotpass exclusively on DirecTV. Watching Dale Earnhardt Jr. currently riding second, the only car in front of us for the moment, Kyle Busch. And the laps are winding down, Wendy Venturini. I've got to think the next, or rather, Martin Truex Jr. is the race leader. Kyle Busch has fallen back to 4th. Wendy, the laps are winding down here. I've got to think this last pit stop's crucial. What are we looking at for time here?
Well, I just went on top of the pit box, talked to Tony Gibson, and I asked him about fuel strategy. He said they are trying to stretch it. Their normal pit window, which is about 73 laps. If you add the 73 laps onto the lap 193, when we came down pit road, that would be 266. We should be pitting, and that would be our final pit stop at lap 266. That's how he's figuring out his fuel mileage here in the 8 pit.
75.
with 75 laps to go. I do want to point out one thing. I was watching the monitors, and man, how consistent is Martin Truex Jr. and Dale Jr. together. Even though there's quite a bit of space spread out between them with track position, the actual lap times are very consistent. When you look at the lap times of Martin Truex, he ran a 30.38, which means 30.38. So Dale Jr. ran a 34, which is 30.34. The next lap,
where's the 24 running?
it was just as consistent. It's been neat to watch how on time those two cars are together.
He runs right where you do in 1 and 2, June.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. just asked Steve Mill, where's the 24
Maybe a little bit more of a diamond in the middle.
Mill trying to tell him the way that Jeff Gordon is getting around the racetrack, and a lot of times,
and exactly where you run in 3 and 4.
A lot of times that's their job, because Junior, instead of searching for the fast way,
a little bit in the middle of 1 and 2.
And that's what we talked to Dale Jr. before he got in the car at the top of the show. It was about what kind of line was he going to take? Was he going to diamond it, as we see Jeff Gordon do there, or was he going to try and arc it? And Steve Mill truly are the eyes for Dale Jr. when he's in the car. He can't see with the competitors around him what kind of line they're taking. That's the spotter's job. Steve Mill reporting that Jeff Gordon is more or less arcing it through there. Diamonding it through there instead of arcing it. So Dale Jr. is going to change his line, try and pick up some speed on Martin Truex.
Martin Truex trying to pull away now. He's enjoying his biggest lead that he has had in this run, up to over a 2-second advantage over us with 71 laps to go, and I'm kind of sensing a lot of things are going to come into play here. The last pit stop of this race, absolutely crucial. We've seen, as you can see in the upper right here, watch Carl Edwards. Carl was leading when he came into the pits on this pit stop. The car fell off the jack. It took forever and a day to get the car back up in the air and get that left rear tire back on. And Wendy, that's just one small mistake, but it cost Carl Edwards possibly the race here today in New Hampshire. He was the race leader under that.
Oh yes, absolutely. You never see that bad of a jack. You know, the car rolling that far forward, that means Carl really started to take off, and the jack was caught behind the left rear tire. That's quite the shot right there on video. So an unfortunate day for Carl Edwards for sure.
Watching now, starting to feel the heat from Jeff Gordon in the DuPont Chevy. You heard Junior ask what the line was.
Clear by 1.
Gordon was running, and he's trying to sort of mimic that, see if he can pull away a little bit. Meanwhile, Martin Truex Jr., our DEI teammate, starting to pull away a little bit. He's up to about a 2.5-second advantage. The battle is for second. It's Earnhardt and Gordon going at it for the runner-up spot here in New Hampshire. We're on lap 233.
There he is. There he is.
Even the best drivers could use accident forgiveness. Part of your choice auto insurance. Only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Hey, is there anything we could do to help? Anything.
At Applebee's, we're grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence.
What goes great with grilled shrimp? How about crispy bacon, fresh avocado, bib lettuce, and a fork? That's why I created Applebee's new California shrimp salad.
Grilling fresh with Chef Tyler Florence, only at Applebee's.
I know where he's heading. Don't worry, I'll be there.
Now playing at Sea-Doo.com.
This painting season, you've got a lot of stuff to paint, but not a lot of time. The Wagner Power Painter with innovative lock-and-go technology lets you go from staining projects to paint jobs in a snap. The paint cartridges lock in and out fast, so you'll even have time to tackle the really big jobs. Get the lock-and-go Wagner Power Painter, and you've got it all covered. Wagner, paint fast, paint smart.
Looks busy at that good, you're a retailer.
Retailer? That word's a little impersonal, isn't it?
How about purveyor of innovative tire technology?
I like that.
Come into the Goodyear Freedom to Get There tire event now for innovative tire technology and get up to a $50 cash card by mail-in offer with the purchase of a set of 4 select Goodyear tires. Or double your cash card up to $100 when you make your purchase on your Goodyear credit card. Innovative thinking up here so you can get there. Goodyear, get there.
Calamity coming off turn 4. Cars are spinning, some upside down. Kevin Harvick comes out of nowhere.
Here comes Kevin Harvick. He draws even with Mark Martin side by side for the race leader for the win.
Ready for the encore? NASCAR returns to Daytona, July 7th. To guarantee your seats for the Pepsi 400, call 1-800-PIT-SHOP or visit racetickets.com.
NASCAR Hot Pass, DirecTV. Today we're following Dale Earnhardt Jr. He slipped back to 3rd. Jeff Burton, a nice run today in 8th. Kurt Busch is in 11th. Good run there for David Strimmy in 19th. And Greg Biffle, he struggled all weekend here in New England. He is 32nd. So those are your Hot Pass hot shots here on lap 237 of 300 in New Hampshire. Dale Earnhardt Jr., one more pit stop. Doesn't seem like this set of tires has really agreed with Junior's run. One thing that has worked in our favor, though, today, Junior came into this race 12th in Nextel Cup points. And more importantly, he's going to probably move up if he can just hold serve here. Clint Boyer had troubles. He was an early exit today, or he's actually 7 laps down. So Boyer would probably fall back to 12th, which means at least Junior would pick up one more spot.
I got spring rubber come out of my car.
Thought he said that a spring rubber might have popped out of his car. I'll have Wendy.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, we had them taped in there pretty good. We had them taped in there pretty good. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, there he gets us again, Doug. He's just joking around.
Well, he got me. In the upper left, you can see Jeff Gordon battling there. That was pretty close quarters racing with Dale Earnhardt Jr. When my heart
We're gonna go back to the spring
there.
race like we started the race with.
Wendy, this last pit stop's going to make the day here one way or the other, because it sounds like Junior wants the car back like it was when they dropped the green flag some 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and if there's a car passing him, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is not happy, so of course he wants to make the adjustments so he can get back around Jeff Gordon, get around his teammate Martin Truex, and get back to the lead.
And it's been a fairly clean race today. We had one incident when Joe Nemechek cut a tire down and his car got turned around, and a couple of debris cautions, and that's been just about it. This is a short race here, only 300 laps around this mile and some change racetrack at New Hampshire. And for Dale Earnhardt Jr., it's been a very, very promising day. He has led a lot of laps, and he has been in the top 5 throughout the day. Currently slipped back a couple of spots into 3rd with one more scheduled pit stop left. And Wendy, all of this strategy, though, could get thrown out. If we get a yellow, everybody's going to come in, and in some ways, a yellow flag, as long as it doesn't involve the 8 car, might not be all bad news, because it would let him make up some real estate on Martin Truex Jr. and Jeff Gordon.
Yeah,
Dale Earnhardt Jr. rides in 3rd, some 5 seconds behind his teammate Martin Truex Jr. Jeff
Real
Gordon
good lap time right there.
54 laps to go in New Hampshire.
45. 50 miles per hour. That's a new record.
Wow, that's fast.
How does it taste?
Doesn't matter, it's fast.
A fast burger is useless unless it tastes good. That's why at Wendy's, our hot, juicy burgers are made to order, so they're fast and good.
That's right.
Hey, boss, do we have Aflac?
Nah, we have something else.
But if you're hurt and miss work, does it pay cash like Aflac does?
Nah.
Or let you spend it any way you want, like for gas and groceries?
Nah.
Or help with everyday bills like Aflac does?
Nah.
There's only one Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Nice try, boss.
Nah.
every lap, every driver, all on your computer. The all-new Track Pass Race View only on NASCAR.com. Try Track Pass for free during the Pepsi 400 at Daytona.
This is for the kids, for the pets. It's for story time, for the great outdoors, and the chance of a lifetime. This is for all the little reasons that are bigger than NASCAR. It's why we created the NASCAR Foundation, and you can help support the causes that mean the most to all of us by becoming a friend of the foundation.
Get involved. Show your compassion as part of the NASCAR family. Visit NASCAR.com to learn how.
Become a friend of the foundation for all the right reasons.
This is Jan's new home. And this is Jan after finding out that DirecTV will be paying her mortgage for a whole year. Why is Jan so lucky? Because she called this number before she moved and was automatically entered into the DirecTV Home Free Sweepstakes. Now she's living mortgage-free for a whole year. Are you thinking about moving? Call prior to your big day and you could be living mortgage or rent-free too. Lucky for you, there's a new winner every month. It's enough to make you jump for joy.
You're watching NASCAR Hot Pass, exclusively on DirecTV, and brought to you by Shell, made to move.
The laps winding down at New Hampshire here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. currently in the third spot, 5.5 seconds behind the race leader, Martin Truex Jr., as you can see at the top there. Jeff
Lap
Gordon in second.
Bill. Thank you.
Lap 266, that seems to indicate when we're going to make a pit stop, probably the last one of the day. Dale Earnhardt Jr. started off tight during this race, but it's progressed, Wendy. Car's loosened up. You can see him wiggle right there coming across the start-finish line. But I think Dale Earnhardt Jr. probably prefers a loose race car to a super tight machine here on this paper clip at New Hampshire, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, and I think a lot of it has to do with the COT. When you asked Dale Jr. about the COT, he said, you know, it's really easier to drive, but it's not any more fun or better handling. It used to be you could get the older cars really loose, and you would overdrive the older version cars, but he said with the COT, you have to be really careful, and it's a different kind of driving style. Some of it plays into the factor of some of it is comfortable for some drivers, that kind of driving style not comfortable for others. So the COT has been a learning curve for everyone across the board.
Wendy, you provided us the perfect segue to our next email from Joshua in Colorado. And Joshua wants to know, how did NASCAR go about picking what races were going to be COT races and how this car would be integrated into NASCAR Nextel Cup racing? And Wendy, I'll let you take the first swipe at this because it's probably been the most talked about subject short of Junior changing teams this year of anything on the Nextel Cup circuit. Thanks a lot, Joshua, by the way.
Yeah, NASCAR originally said at the beginning of the year they would slowly bring in the COT and it would be full-time in 2009. They have since changed their minds on that. They said, you know what, we've gotten a lot of feedback from drivers, from teams. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick to our schedule for 2007, go full-time with the COT in 2008. But for this year, it's 16 COT races on our schedule. And how they decided them, they decided to keep most of those COT races at short tracks. Now they consider Loudon, which is a little bit over a mile, a short track. That's 13 short tracks for us. Well, that leaves 3 more races because that includes our 2 road course races where we have run the COT at Infineon. We'll be running the COT at Watkins Glen. And the final race will be at Talladega in October. And that will be a big test for the COT as the caution comes out because that will be the first super speedway for the COT.
And of course, next week in Daytona, when you can watch NASCAR Hot Pass and a free preview, it'll be the spoiler car. The last time that car will race on a restrictor plate racetrack. So a bit of history on July 7th at Daytona. Say goodbye to spoilers on super speedways and restrictor plate racing. Say hello to the car tomorrow. Yellow, we heard debris on the racetrack.
It's going into 1 and up in the top groove. Pit road is closed this time, guys. You got a little time.
Wendy, I've got to think this is 4 tires here, and maybe they can make the adjustments that Junior wanted on the car. He wanted it back like how it was when they started the race.
I was thinking about taking 4 right here, old man.
Definitely.
We're going to go back to our spring rates like the first 2 sets were when we started the race. We were really good. Go back to those spring rates right there. We'll go up on air a little bit.
Doug, I wasn't ignoring you. I saw the finger on the button for Tony Gibson's radio. I knew he was getting ready to radio into Dale Jr. I wanted to hear exactly what their plan was. And just as you stated, 4 tires. They're going back to the spring rates that they had originally at the start of the race. But this will be the final pit stop, lap 254. We know we will be good on fuel for the rest of the race.
Wendy, this yellow is a real blessing here because they can make up all that real estate that they lost under that last green flag run. I don't think there was any way they were going to run down Martin Truex
Pit road is
Jr.
open. Pit road is open.
And Jeff Gordon under the green.
$4,800 when you get there. Going to stop him short again, right, Tony? Yes, sir. Going to stop him short.
It will be a busy pit road, and I imagine everybody
is,
that's running up front is
right here by
going to
this
take 4
right here.
tires.
There you
Let's
go.
listen in.
Nice and smooth, old man. Stop him short.
Coming into his pit stall right in front of us, it almost caused a little bit of a trouble early on in the race. Bobby Labonte is angled in. It looks like it should be a clear out for Dale Jr. Car's full. Jeff Gordon is in front of us.
All the way. You're in good shape.
Wendy, it looks like, at least on first glance here, that they're going to exit pit road the same way they came on pit road, although I think Jeff Green might have bought some cheap real estate here by a 2-tire
Good
stop.
stop, guys. Watch you clean up truck to your right there, Jen. The 11 car took just right, Tony Gibson. Yeah, 10-4. That's a lot of laps on your left, you know. Yeah, a while ago, Martin was really good on the forward and all
Dale
the stuff
Earnhardt
just
Jr.
right.
should be riding at 4th
We're
when we
doing
get
good.
the green flag and restart the action here at New Hampshire.
Think back to when you were a child. What did you dream of as you fell asleep? Space travel? Or maybe you dreamed of a magic screen you could carry in your pocket. A screen that held your favorite music, pictures, and stories. And that brought all of this to you at the speed of light. That was your dream. And with the magic of sprint speed, it all came true.
Ford's model year clearance is on, featuring our best offers of the year. Now get 0% financing plus $2,007 cash back on Ford vehicles, including F-Series, America's best-selling truck, Ranger, best gas mileage of any truck in America, Expedition EL, the leader in total quality, and the versatile Ford Explorer. That's 0% financing plus $2,007 cash back on Ford vehicles during Ford's model year clearance.
As Kurt Busch races for the Cup, choose the only light beer to win 4 gold awards in the World Beer Cup. Here's to the #2 car in the run for the championship. From the light beer that knows what it takes to win 4 times. Miller Lite, good call.
Want a big eat for a tiny price? That's huge. Tackle your hunger with the Pizza Hut Pizzone. Over 1 pound of cheese and toppings for just $5.99 or 2 for $10.99. Get way more. Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut, now online.
On his first run, Drew slid off the ice road. This week, everyone's in the ditch.
The worst snowstorm I've ever seen in my life.
2 or 3 guys spun out on Charlie's Hill.
Ice Road Truckers, an all-new episode. Check your local listings, only on the History Channel.
The critics agree. Live Free or Die Hard is the best movie of the summer.
Playtime's over, sweetheart.
Bruce is still the man.
I thought I killed you already.
It's a jaw-dropping summer blockbuster. Live Free or Die Hard. Now playing.
NASCAR Hotpass closing laps here at New Hampshire. Dale Earnhardt Jr. currently riding in 5th position. Will the adjustments they made on that last pit stop be the magic that Jr. needs to drive to victory #1 in 2007? Green flag is out. Denny Hamlin's the leader. Then it's Truex, Gordon, Jeff Green, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 5th.
restart's underway, but Tony Gibson is
Clear low,
none
clear
too
low.
happy with the way that restart just happened. A little bit of beating and banging and traffic in front of him. Doug, you might have had a better view or a better angle from what we can see here on pit road, but Tony Gibson not happy about that restart.
Well, right now, Junior's got a rolling roadblock in front of him. He's got Dave Blaney, who is a lap
Coming back to
down.
the yellow. Wrecking
And
behind
it
you.
looks like they're throwing the caution out here.
Problems, it looks like, for Bobby Labonte and David Strimmy.
66 takes 2 tires. They run like shit all day long. They get up there and get in the fucking way. That pisses me off. Yeah, he can't run on 4 tires. Much less 2. Why don't they take it to the back before get it right before they bring it up here? That's aggravating. Just trying to, you know, steal a win or steal a run in the top 10.
Junior, a little put out there with Jeff Green talking about the 66.
He's gonna kill us. Hey, you missed the shift on the start, about to kill all of us there.
And that really held up the charge of the H. You see the problems back there. David Strimmy, one of our Hotpass hot shots. Problem on the Coors Light Dodge as he backs it into the
There's
fence.
a bumper cover just past start-finish line up top. Go at least 2 lanes off the wall or right against the wall, either one.
Steve Mill giving driving instructions to Dale Earnhardt Jr. as we're under yellow with 40 laps to go here in New Hampshire.
Allowing it to flow cold and unrestrained, all that is parched.
It is awe-inspiring, is it not? You really love this river.
River? No. I'm talking about this Coors Light wide mouth can.
The wide mouth can, a wide opening for wide open refreshment, only from Frost Brewed Coors Light.
People will travel great distances to enjoy this. You can get these wide mouth cans anywhere. Talking about the river.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Tony Stewart here with my buddy Jared. Subway restaurants are known for tasty, low-fat subs, like this 6-inch sweet onion chicken teriyaki. At 5 grams of fat, it's a third the fat of a McDonald's snack wrap.
And look at it. It's a lot more food. Fills me up without slowing me down.
So Tony, would you say that makes Subway restaurants your favorite pit stop? The tasty 6-inch sweet onion chicken teriyaki from Subway restaurants. Make it part of a new Subway Fresh Fit meal with new, better-for-you sides and drinks.
Subway, race hard,
eat fresh.
Announcing an exciting breakthrough in automotive technology. Introducing ZNet, only at AutoZone. ZNet gives every AutoZoner the power to find you the right part faster, along with diagrams, photos, and complete instructions. So you'll get the job done right the first time, every time. Come in for a test drive today. ZNet, available only when you get in the zone. AutoZone.
Jeff Gordon's typical day at the office, 4 hours and 500 miles. The rest of the week is up for grabs.
Going in.
24 by 24, wide open with Jeff Gordon.
He won't race for second. If you see that checkered flag, there's no greater feeling than that.
Buy the extended version on DVD to experience over 30 more minutes of feature action. Plus, behind the scenes and deleted scenes. In stores everywhere, July 10th.
Green flag is back out here at New Hampshire with just 39 circuits of this 1-mile racetrack left. 39 laps for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to try to fight his way from 5th to 1st place here. The restart last time was a little bit ragged with Jeff Green holding up the charge of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And we'll see if Jr. can make up that ground. He's got to get around Dave Blaney, who was the pole sitter 2 starts ago.
Inside, Junior.
Here's Jeff Green working down to the inside once again. Junior trying to get a run. And this time he'll clear the 66, so that moves him up a spot on the racetrack.
Clear.
A lot better restart here for Dale Earnhardt Jr. than previously. Now he's got some lap traffic in front of him. Looks like Elliott Sadler and Bill Elliott. And Wendy, right now in this juncture of the race, how you get around lap traffic is just as important as how you make it around the race leaders.
And I'll tell you something else from pit road, Doug. The sun has just come out from the clouds for the first time in a long time today. It just warmed up significantly here on pit road. You see the bright sun shining against the cars there on the front stretch. Well, that's what it feels like here on pit road. That could play into some of the strategies too with how these cars react to that really with the temperature change.
And you don't know which cars are going to react favorably and which cars are going to go backwards here if the sun stays out for the last 35 laps or so of this race. Coming up on David Gilliland in the M&M's Ford. Of course, David is
35 laps to go. 35.
A lap down. He has managed to be fairly competitive here today. You heard him, 35 laps remaining. Junior's got to dispatch of this lap traffic and then make a run for Jeff Gordon, Martin Truex Jr.,
Clear.
and Denny Hamlin, who is the race leader.
You know, we look at Dale Jr.'s finishes. His best finish in a COT was 5th at Martinsville, and that's also his best finish of 2007. So we definitely are making a career-making day for 2007 as they are our best finish of the season. Yet, as we run 4th, we know we have a better car than 4th. I think it'll be a matter of time. Dale Jr. can get a few more spots, maybe get up to that top 1, get a win in his column for today. But by far, this is the best he's run of 2007.
And then a strong run today for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Probably will move him up at least 1 notch in the point standings. And we want to build a safety net here. Remember, this is the start of the chase to get in the chase. So chase to make the race. Junior coming in here, 238 laps led. He's going to add to that total, hopefully add to the top 5 and possibly get rid of that goose egg onto the win column. Windy laps running down. Looks like he's picking up just a tick on Jeff Gordon here as we're closing down.
You are exactly right, Doug. I was just getting ready to tell you what I'm seeing on my monitor down here. All the A-team excited at the lap times they're seeing. They're a 10 to 2 tenths faster than Jeff Gordon, Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin. He's definitely picking up on the 3 guys in front of him, which means he will be able to get around them. Looking at this lap time there, came off about a 10th right there, but man, he's been putting down some fast lap times the last 2 laps since we've been back green.
Well, Wendy, if they got this car back to working like it was earlier in the race, he got better the longer they went into a green flag run. I mean, that's what they've got to be hoping for now, that they've got that car back to mirror what it was in the first third, and he's got a shot. None of these guys driving away right now. All 4 cars at the front of this are well within contact of each other. Wendy chimed in right there, just a little tight here, but hopefully that can loosen up here as he tries to go after Jeff Gordon, who's only about 4 cars
Roger that, buddy.
ahead.
You're doing great with it, man. Careful.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans hoping that this car can regain some of the magic that it had at the middle portion of this race. And Wendy, he looks pretty racy. This is going to be a heck of a finish here with 30 to go.
It sure will be. And remember, he went back to a setup with that we had at the top of the race, and he was a little bit tight at the beginning of the run, at the beginning of the race. So we're looking at the spring rates that they put back, and it's no surprise that tightness has come back, and that's what makes Dale Jr. comfortable. But man, he has some fast lap times that he's knocking off, and that's good to see.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., if he's going to win this one, has to pass 3 pretty good cars, but that's what you would expect. Jeff Gordon, who's already won 4 times this year, directly in front of us, right in front of him. Junior's teammate Martin Truex Jr. and the race leader Denny Hamlin in the FedEx Chevrolet. As it has been much of the season, Chevy leading the way here. They own the top, looks like 8 spots here. You got to go all the way back to 9th to find Matt Kins at the top running forward. And what you want to see in that upper left-hand picture there on that front view from the Budweiser Chevy is to see that day-glow orange machine of Jeff Gordon get larger and larger. Wendy, it looks like he's making up a little bit of ground here. Now we're starting to count laps, so 28 to go. Got to start picking some people off here if he's going to pick up the double.
And right now we're running consistent lap times, exactly the same lap times as Jeff Gordon, Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin. We all are running 30.30s, mid-35, somewhere around there, so we're all around the same ballpark, but that's not good for us. We want to be running faster laps so that we can gain on the guys in front of us.
But the best thing that could happen right now would be for Jeff Gordon, Martin Truex, or Denny Hamlin to start racing each other and create a little bit of tension up front so you can make up some lap times. And you can also see
3 to the 48.
You just heard him mention the 48. Jimmy Johnson, don't count him out yet either. That Lowe's Chevy looks pretty promising here in the closing lap. Chevy dominating this race once again. Dale Earnhardt Jr., terrific run today, and I know they'd love to get out of here with a top 5, but Wendy, I've got to think in their heart and soul they're going to feel disappointed if they can't win this one because the opportunity's been there.
Oh yeah, a top 4 finish to them would still be a good day, would still be their best finish of 2007, but nonetheless they know what kind of car they have today, they know how competitive they have been, and of course ultimately you want to end up in victory lane every race day, but especially today knowing how good the car has
25 laps to go, 25
for the majority of the race.
So Dale Earnhardt Jr. hanging on, having to battle with the best. You know, that's what you want, though. You pay your money. You want to see Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the big names, Martin Truex and Denny Hamlin, going at each other for the win, and that's exactly what it looks like here at Loudon. And Jr. will pick up a car length or 2, and then he'll drop off. That last run looked like he might have gained a car length or 2 on Jeff Gordon, who's currently riding in the 3rd spot. As you can see in that upper left view, that's a great view. That's Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Jeff Gordon, and then we're riding along with Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Budweiser Chevrolet. Junior's driving a really consistent line right now, Wendy, lap after lap, as you talked about earlier. He's getting the same lap times virtually every time around. He could use a little help to have Jeff Gordon back up to him. I like the line we're running as opposed to Gordon. I think Junior might be running about a half a groove lower down on the racetrack now.
And what's good for us is that we're taking...
Nothing good.
Let's listen in.
Inside 20 laps to go now, or 22 laps to go rather, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. riding about 6 car lengths. See right there, you can see him make a run on him coming off of that turn, coming back down out of 4. He makes a good run, and it seems like Gordon makes the run coming off of there. But Wendy, one thing I'm noticing, all 4 of these front cars are getting closer to each other. Truex is gaining on Hamlin, Gordon's gaining on Truex, and conversely, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is also gaining on that front threesome. So we got 4 cars packed in there within a second and a half of each other.
Right, and with 21 laps to go, honestly, I'm looking at the lap times. They're slowing up for everyone across the board. Everyone in the top 5's running in the mid-40s, which is a little bit slower than the pace we've been seeing. There they go again across the line. We're seeing again the same lap time, so lap times have slowed up across the board.
See if Junior can take advantage of this, trailing the DuPont Chevy of Jeff Gordon. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to get his first win of 07, his first win at New Hampshire International Speedway. And the laps dwindling down now. 19 to go, 19 circuits to try to run down Gordon and hopefully get some good competition going on in front that'll slow down the pack here. And Wendy, I think that might be the best bet right now. Truex and Hamlin and Gordon are all running in pretty close proximity. If they can get a little side-to-side action going, that could allow Junior to make up some ground here.
And I like seeing our teammate there in the 2nd spot, Martin Truex running 2nd. So if we get up to it and we get some traffic, I know those 2 will work together while we have Gordon with Hendrick Motorsports. You have Denny Hamlin with Joe Gibbs Racing, all of them on their own. The next teammate situation would be Jimmy Johnson along with Jeff Gordon, who sits behind us in 5th. But for now, we're the first teammate running 2-4 on the grid.
Looking out of the front windshield of Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying desperately to track down Jeff Gordon here as the laps wind down in New Hampshire. Gordon riding in 3rd, Jr. in the 4th spot. They'll have a good lap, he'll pick up a tick, and then the next lap he'll lose that same amount. That looked like a great lap there, Wendy. Definitely closing almost imperceptibly on Gordon, but laps winding down here for Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and company. And if you're watching Junior, you're getting out all your lucky charms right now and any kind of magic that you can work up trying to get into the front. This promises to be a heck of a shootout here, Wendy, with 4 cars this close with this few laps left.
Yeah, you mentioned it looked like we pulled away. We did run a tenth faster than Jeff Gordon right there, so that's not a whole lot of ground to be making up. We need to make up more than that with 16 laps to go.
Jeff Gordon there running about 2 car lengths off of our teammate Martin Truex Jr. And Truex is about 6 car lengths behind Denny Hamlin here, so 5 cars.
15 laps to go, 15.
It's the break of radio silence here. There hasn't been a lot of chatter, but there's not a lot to say. I think Junior knows exactly where he's at in this race and what he needs to do with the Bud Chevy. I'll tell you though, the one thing, Wendy, you can't rely on here, the guy in front of him is Jeff Gordon. Junior can't sit back there and go, man, I hope this guy misses a corner. I hope he messes up, because Jeff Gordon doesn't usually give them away.
He's a man that doesn't make very many mistakes, much like any of the guys that are running in the top 5 right now. An excellent day for Dale Jr.'s teammate, Martin Truex Jr. He has been blazing this season with a win in all the top 5 finishes he's had in a row. So it's good to see our teammate at DEI, Martin Truex, with another great finish today. If we could get just a few more spots for Dale Jr. and get up there with Martin Truex, it'd be even a sweeter day for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
Jeff Gordon working all over our teammate right now, Martin Truex Jr., and this might be the best opportunity that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has to pick up a spot. If Truex could hold up Gordon long enough for Dale to make a run, but it looks like actually Jeff Gordon's pulled away by a couple of car lengths here. The battle is for second place. As you can see in the upper right here, and that's Gordon and Truex going at it. Jeff Gordon working down to the inside. 12 laps to go, a dozen circuits left here at New Hampshire. And they're wringing all the drama out of this when they can. Wendy, Truex not going to give up that runner-up spot real easily here.
Of course he's not, and I'm looking at the lap times on the monitor. They're about a tenth slower now that they're battling in front of Dale Jr., Gordon, and Truex, about a tenth slower than Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'm not sure it's quite enough time, Doug. I don't know, 12 laps to go. Laps are winding down.
You're right about that, Wendy. 11 to go. And for Dale Earnhardt Jr., a satisfying day. I know Junior would love to have gotten out of here with a W, but there's 10 laps to go, and you can't give this thing away yet. There's a lot of racing going on in front of him. Anything can happen here as we get into the final 10 laps. Gordon and Truex working on each other. Jeff Gordon battling Martin Truex, gives him a little love tap there to try to upset his car and dives to the inside.
10 laps to go, 10.
And Truex battling back the long way around, but I think Gordon may win this round. It's a little bit shorter down where he's riding. Truex holds off that charge. I thought Gordon had him that last time around, Wendy Venturini. Gordon gave him a bit of a shot, got him upset, but give Martin Truex a lot of credit. He's putting on a show today.
I was just getting ready to say, good thing for Martin Truex Jr. to stand up to Jeff Gordon. He can be quite intimidating on the track when you see that 24 in your rear view mirror, but Martin Truex holding his own right there for the 3rd spot. I think Tony Gibson is watching that battle just as closely as he's watching Dale Jr. right now.
Of course, Denny Hamlin assumed the lead with a 2-tire strategy. Is that going to be the magic play that works to give him the W here today at New Hampshire? Still a lot to be decided. 8 laps to go when they come around this time. The battle intensifies for second. For Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's close enough that he can watch what's going on up there with his DEI teammate and Jeff Gordon. And Jeff Gordon trying to get around Truex so he can make a run at Denny Hamlin. Don't know if there's enough laps to do that without the benefit of a caution here. And for Dale Earnhardt Jr., still riding in 4th, but 2 seconds off the pace of the leader. See if Gordon gives Truex another shot here. A little bit of a nudge there. It's great racing going on for the runner-up spot here. Jeff Gordon working down to the inside, and Truex has been fast coming off the turn. See if he can hold him at bay one more lap.
I just want to point out again, Doug, what an excellent day for Dale Earnhardt Jr. and this Budweiser Chevy team. This will be, if they come home in the 4th spot, their best finish of 2007, their best finish in a COT. It's these top 5s they keep knocking down. That's going to make them the consistent championship contending team, keep them in the chase. We're 10 races for the chase to begin to the championship. This comes down to a critical time for all the teams in the garage area.
Great point, Wendy, because we know that Junior's had a couple of 5th place runs this season, and that's the best to date. He can better that if he just holds serve here with a half dozen
5 laps to go. 5 clear by 6 over the 48.
Jimmy Johnson riding back there in the 5th position directly behind us. And the race for the win here might not be over either. Jeff Gordon starting to reel in Denny Hamlin. So this could be a pretty wild finish here in the closing laps. Gordon trying to pick up his 5th win. For Dale Earnhardt Jr., we're trying to pick up our best finish of the 2007 season, and a big step, as Wendy was talking about. Got to have those top 5s. You'd love to get the W, but you want to make the chase. When you come in here 12th, if you could pick up a spot or 2 in the points, that would be a huge day. It's been a great day for DEI. Martin Truex Jr. riding 3rd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 4th. It'll be 3 laps to go when they come back to the stripe. And the battle for the race win.
3.
The battle for the race win, not over here either. Jeff Gordon trying to go after Denny Hamlin, and Hamlin literally driving the wheels off of that car. Will those 2 tires, though, hold up? Will that be the difference here? Will that strategy dominate and give Hamlin a win?
And just a side note on that 24, they have an interim crew chief today with Jeff Mendering filling in for Steve Letarte from his 6th race suspension that he has. So they also are dealing with a newer situation on the pit box today. And talk about Joe Gibbs in the 11. They have yet to win this season, so there's a lot of stories on the table. But how about DEI 3rd and 4th right now? An excellent day for teammates with us. Unfortunately for Paul Menard not having as good of a day. I see Jeff Gordon slip right there, and Denny Hamlin pulls away. In the meantime, Dale Jr. is kind of running his own race. Jimmy Johnson's not on his tail right now. Martin Truex 2 seconds in front of us, so it looks like we're kind of running our own pace right now.
Well, I know Junior would have loved to have won here, but I think he's got to be satisfied. They had a great car. They improved throughout the day. He's going to have a top 5 finish, and that's going to be great. As we watch Junior here on his last lap in the upper right, we watch the battle with Jeff Gordon and Denny Hamlin here. Let's see if Gordon gives Hamlin a shot. No contact here as they'll race back to the stripe. It looks like Hamlin will hang on here. So Denny Hamlin wins, and for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Nice job, old man. Sorry you didn't have the car at the end you had at the beginning, but it's been a pleasure working with you there. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, you got a hell of a track record. Good car. We just didn't have the track position at the end there, but real proud of my team. You guys are awesome. You guys do such a good job. I got such good cars every week. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, old man. Stuck in there good today. I appreciate it. I believe you led the most laps today, too, so that's cool.
All right, Dale Earnhardt Jr. giving accolades to the team there. Wendy Venturini, they did a superb job of keeping Junior in contention all day.
They sure did. Tony Gibson making adjustments to this car all day long. It proved to be an excellent car and the best finish of 2007 for your team. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a pretty good car. We just need a little track position at the end. I kind of got screwed up there and got him tight there the run before this. We were pretty good right there. Everybody's running the same speed. So, you know, Dale Jr., he's awesome, great guy. He's been really good to me through this stretch. It's pretty awesome right there. I can't say enough for the team. You know, at DEI, you know, we're 3rd and 4th, running the top 5 all day. It's awesome for the company. You know, I want to say hey to my wife at home, my little girl. But it's been an awesome 6 weeks. But I'll be back car chiefing next week.
I know, I was just going to say, we're going to miss you. I know it's been an unfortunate circumstance, but you've had a heck of a 6 races. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been great. I was kind of hoping to win a pole, you know, or a race in there. I missed the pole a couple times by a few thousandths, but it's been a great stretch, and thanks to DEI and everybody there, they've been real helpful to me. You know, the 1 boys and the 15, we've all worked together good, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, congratulations to you on the best finish in 2007, and his wife Beth will be happy he's coming home tonight.
I bet you will. Everybody will get home here. The rain stayed away in New Hampshire. And thanks a lot to Tony Gibson. What an approachable guy. Probably spent an hour talking to Tony prior to the race over the last couple of days, and never got waved off, always had time to talk, and that's been the whole attitude of this group from DEI and the 8 team and the 15 this year. The 1, they've been so approachable and makes doing NASCAR Hotpass a real pleasure. Was hoping for a while there we'd be talking to Junior and Victory Lane, but that didn't work out, but still a great day. His best finish of 2007, coming home 4th here today in New Hampshire. And of course, we're NASCAR Hotpass. We got our hot shot lineup here today as Denny Hamlin picks up his first W of the season. Jeff Gordon in 2nd. 3rd place goes to our DEI teammate Martin Truex Jr. And the hot shots today, here's how they fared. We were the top hot shot today. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 4th. Jeff Burton 7th. Kurt Busch 21st. He had some problems at the tail end there. David Strimmy 27th. And Greg Biffle 31st. I think it was a tough weekend for Mr. Biffle here. Didn't qualify well and never could bring the 16 up to speed. Let's take a look at the NASCAR Nextel Cup points here as Dale Earnhardt Jr. COT results. And this was his best one because it was his best finish of any race all season long, regular car or COT. And of course, here at New Hampshire, Dale Earnhardt Jr. strong car, started 6th, wound up 4th, and led a ton of laps here today. This has just got to be a great tonic for the 18, knowing that they can put a competitive car out on the racetrack. And folks, this is not an easy racetrack to show up and find the magic. This is a tough racetrack. You've got to have the right combination. And I think one of the unsung heroes in all of this, too, has got to be Tony Gibson. He stepped in and under a tough situation and took over the reins of crew chief while Tony Eury Jr. was serving out his suspension and did a masterful job. As a matter of fact, this team actually picked up ground while Tony Gibson was calling the shots. So at the end of the season, if Junior makes the chase and goes on and have a superb year, and you're a Junior fan, you probably need to drop Tony Gibson a thank you note, because great job of leading this team while a lot of distractions and a lot of other things were going on. Tony Gibson kept them on the straight and narrow and did a great job in his half-dozen races calling the shots from the top of the pit box here. As you see, Denny Hamlin's FedEx Chevrolet parked in the victory lane there. Hamlin's 3rd career victory and his 1st of 2007. Nice to know that Hamlin knows how to find victory lane someplace other than Pocono. He's won both of them up there this past season. And great run today.
All right, Doug.
All right, Wendy.
Dale Jr.'s climbed out of his car. Let's talk to him. A great finish for you. Your best of 2007. Congratulations.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Terrible. Yeah, I'm real happy with my team. I want to thank Tony Gibson for everything he's done. He did more than we asked him to do. He does such a great job, man. I mean, be crew chief, a lot of pressure. He's without Tony Jr. He don't really have a car chief guy with him like Tony Jr. does in Tony Gibson when he's around. But just real proud of Gibson and filling in. This is his last race, so as far as crew chief, I'll go back to car chiefing. But real proud of him.
It was cool to see you battling with Martin Truex. You had a fast car all day long. You still have to be happy. Ultimately, you want to end up in victory lane, but it's a good day for you.
I'm very happy. I can go home satisfied. I'll give a great effort. My team did too. We ran great all day. I led a lot. All I want to be able to do is put my car toward the front for my fans, for my team, for my family. Just run good every week and all day long, and we were able to do that today.
We're going to miss Tony Gibson, but Tony Jr. back on the pit box next week. Man, you're going to be tough to beat in Daytona.
Well, he's got his work cut out for him. We've been running pretty good with Tony Gibson, so he's got his work cut out for him. So hopefully what we've learned in the last 6 weeks, he can plug right into that and understand it.
All right, thanks, Dale Jr. Congratulations to him. It's no wonder he was voted among the favorite athletes in America. Doug?
Wendy, you got to love it, the fact that, at the end there, his concern is for his race fans. He knows he's got Junior Nation out there, and he is concerned about entertaining them each and every Sunday. I think that speaks volumes about Dale Earnhardt Jr. Next week on NASCAR Hotpass, it's Daytona under the lights. And remember, it's a free preview weekend. Carl Edwards, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. as they're in Daytona for the Pepsi 400. The last restrictor plates for the spoiler cars. Should be a great show. And of course, DEI always has great restrictor plate cars, so it should be a lot of fun. Dale Earnhardt Jr., great run today, his season best. 4th place finish here on the 1 mile New Hampshire Speedway. My thanks to Wendy Venturini and the entire crew and all the folks at DEI for making it a great trip to New Hampshire. See you next week from Daytona. Remember, it's free.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Did you make